Welcome to grammar school. We correct your life, not your words. Karen screaming at the sidewalk, drunks doing zigzags on the curb. Never bring a date to a roadside debate. Not cool to drive straight through a parade. No sex, no smoke on that card zoom, fool. Jesus fell, bounced back, now he's watching you. Ready to coming up the Florida man. Tinder date sees it all. Grammar school, we put you back.
And it's hot.
Choices on the big screen. It's okay.
No, my bad. Hey, Leslie. All right. Yeah, I'm sneaking these ones in. I might have to overlap this with the regular stream because I gotta finish it, and they went into deliberation. They went into deliberation. I was hoping I'd have an extra day, so I might need to trudge through this just to get done, which means overlapping with the regular stream, but it's all good because this trial is nuts. This trial is freaking nuts. I have never seen anything like that. Plus, I'm getting copyrights like crazy because they're playing the freaking music videos, but they're not hits. So there's a difference. So I'm getting demonetized for the previous streams, but I'm not monetized for ad rev anyway, so it's not a big deal. All right. One correction before I hit the play button. Oh, by the way, hi Lynn, hi Buzzy Pug, and hi again, Leslie. Let's see who else joins. Hey, Erica. Sorry, I have a. You know what? I need to move here. Let's move it over to this screen. There we go. I got the. I got a copyright click for Lemon Pound Cake. I didn't get one for Lickum Linda or can you help me fix my door, which is interesting. So, but again, they're not the bad. There's two kinds of copyright hits. There's one that says, okay, you're in trouble with us and maybe we'll suspend your account. And then there's one that says, you can't monetize this video. I got the second kind, which is fine. So it's totally cool. It's totally cool. All right. One correction before I hit the play button. I keep saying there's 7 plaintiffs. There's 4. There's 4 plaintiffs, not 7. So, which is why they went into deliberation today. They finished the trial today. They had closing arguments today. And I was thinking I had another 2 days. Oh my God, Uncle Dan, I have so many questions. But if you saw the first day of the trial, it makes a little more sense. If it was just based on the music video alone, I 100% agree. I still think this is free speech. I think Afroman got a little resentful with some of his follow-up. I mean, trying to get my little brother to come join me. He's also a lawyer. He does a lot of this stuff, and it's just starting to build up the questions. Yes. And that's kind of, after sleeping on it, I kind of think the same thing. But anyway, I'm going to hit the play button. What's up, NCR? How you doing, man? I said I was going to DM you, and I don't know if I did, but I'll follow up with you. All right. So where are we? We're on plaintiff number 4, I believe. Testimony of plaintiff number 4. Oh, and before I move on past this topic, definitely make sure you check out NCR's channel. It is a real good time. Also, if you didn't know, Uncle Dan has a channel, and God, man, I was waiting for the next time to see you because I was going to drop some lines from a couple of your videos that I watched, but I already forgot the names. All right. I think we're on plaintiff 4. Plaintiff 4's testimony. Yeah, we'll see. Shit. There we go. And at least 2 of the plaintiffs showed up wearing the exact same shirt, same color, same new out of the box, wrinkle lines, everything.
Do you solemnly swear the testimony you're about to give shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? As this, you shall answer unto God.
Yes.
Thank you.
Go ahead.
Thank you, Judge. Would you introduce yourself to the jury, please?
I'm Randy Walters.
Yeah.
And
This
Mr.
is a fun one.
Walters, how are you currently employed?
I am a sergeant with the Adams County Sheriff's Office.
How long have you been a sergeant?
I'm not for sure the date that I was promoted to sergeant. Been with the Sheriff's Office since 2010, I think it was.
Since 2010?
Yes,
How long have you lived in Adams County?
my entire life.
You went to school here?
Yes,
Do you have family here?
yes I do.
You have a wife and children?
I have a wife, 4 daughters, and 2 little boys, or 2 sons.
So 6 kids altogether.
Yes.
Are all of those your own kids?
We are a little bit of a mixed bag. I have 3 biological kids and 3 children that I adopted through foster care, yes.
What are the ages of your children?
My little boy, who's biological, is 10 years old. My next daughter is 14 years old, who is adopted. And I have a 17-year-old that's adopted, an 18-year-old that's adopted. My 22-year-old son is biologically mine, and my oldest daughter, who's 26, is mine. They're all mine, but biological and otherwise.
Yeah.
And I've had the girls since my 14-year-old was about 2 months old.
And this will become relevant, I think, just a little later, but I'm going to ask you about the race of your adopted kids.
So 2 of my adopted daughters are biracial Hispanic, and my youngest adopted daughter is biracial African American.
And your youngest is the 14-year-old?
Now she's 14, yes.
A couple of them do.
And in
Maybe all of them.
the fall of 2022, she would have been
Around 11, I think.
around 11 or so. How'd you get into law enforcement?
My father was a police officer, and it's just something that I've always worked towards doing.
And you're the rank of sergeant right now?
I am.
Sergeant.
And you took part in this search of Mr. Foreman's home back in 2022, is that right?
Yes, I did.
Can you tell us just a little bit about what your role was in that?
Okay, one other thing that's driving me nuts about this trial is that the judge on day 1 said that we're not going to talk about the search warrant or anything related to the search warrant, yet the prosecution keeps bringing up the search of the house, which is related to the search warrant. And anytime there's an objection by the defense, most of them have not gone in the defense favor. Also comes up when the defense brings up the topic by himself, where it seems like the prosecution does, or I keep saying prosecution. I don't mean prosecution. I mean plaintiff. The plaintiff doesn't have the same issue.
Search, just generally?
I was called in to assist with the search, and you have what's called an entry team. I was asked to come in and help with the entry team on the search.
Did you have anything to do with counting or
Slightly.
keeping the money that night?
No.
Have you been accused of stealing money from Mr. Foreman's home?
Yes.
Can we look at Exhibit 27, please?
Oh, which one are we going to?
Natalie, but can we
Why are you
see
disconnecting my video?
the date And the number of views on this?
Wait, this isn't on my list.
It's in the bottom. It's really hard to see with the way that the media playing system works because it's blocked by this gray bar, and the gray bar doesn't go away. Well, it's paused.
All right, so well, let's just play it and see what happens. Thank you.
Oh, by the way, I was able to catch the missed taupe sighting in Simpsons Court today, so I'll try to sneak that in at some point.
I pay taxes, I work daily, I get raid by Beto Bailey, Randy Walters, Private Pie, I used to fuck his wife, doggy style.
Could you see anywhere on there the date on this video?
It says 3 years ago, 727K on the views.
So it says 3 years ago, that would have been sometime in 2023, I guess, and did
Your
you?
Honor, I'm going to ask, is there a specific date and time on this?
This one, just with the way that it played on YouTube, it doesn't show the specific date, but I can represent that it was the 23rd of October 2022.
I would object to you representing Your Honor.
Okay.
So we don't know the exact date from this image of when it was up.
From this image now.
Okay.
2023.
3 years ago, and did you say 727,000 views?
Yes.
Now, we have 3 other exhibits that show the same clip on different platforms and dates. Is that right, Natalie? I'm just trying to figure out the most efficient way to do this. Can you?
I guess I have to adjust my mic settings. Yes, you do hear snoring. That's the dog. That is that's what you get when you get bulldogs. Yes. Let me just hit the mute button actually.
Bring up Exhibit 28 and just show us the first slide.
Taxes, I work daily, I get raid by Beto Bailey, Randy Walters, Private Pie, I used to fuck his wife, doggy style.
All right. Now, do we know when that one was posted? Can we see that?
Hey neighbor.
I cannot make out when.
Let me see if I can set up puppy cam.
Can you tell what platform that was posted on?
That's on YouTube, and it seems like
Oh crap, I forgot about that.
974,000 views.
All right. And is there any indication of a date that you can see?
Not with the words it's covering it up
We'll
now.
have to figure out how to do that because it ought to be doable.
Well, yeah.
All right.
Yeah, but I didn't have noise cancellation
Oh,
on.
October 4th, 2022.
You find it?
Yeah, when it was, it says down below it, October 24th, 2022.
October 4th? Or,
Whatever she did, it took the line down and you can actually see it.
It doesn't go away while the video is paused. It has to be playing for the bar.
you have to play the whole thing again, so let's don't do that. Well,
It didn't go away this time.
let's see if it'll go. There we go.
October 4th, 2022, 512, 574
Thank you.
on the views.
October 4th, 2022. We got a date on that. Let's go to Exhibit 29. And before we, okay. Do we know can you tell what platform this
It
is?
says Instagram.
Instagram, and can we find a date?
I couldn't even tell you where to find one on Instagram on that.
All right.
So, well, October 4th, 2022. It says right here.
All right. So,
Your Honor, he says right here, could they please indicate where that is in this?
Yeah, you'll see a logo on the bottom corner. It says Afroman with a symbol in the middle of it. If you look just to the side of that, it says October 4th, 2022 with a heart with 1.1K and messages at 71.
okay.
I cannot read that from you.
Next question. Go ahead.
We got the date on that one. Let's go to Exhibit 30, please.
Around my house, they call me the maid.
I work daily, I get raid by Beto Bailey, Randy Walters, Private Pie. I used to fuck his wife, doggy style.
Do we know the platform on that one, Mr. Walters?
Is this the same video right here? It's still up because it's
Yes,
Instagram.
same one that's still up? Yes.
Instagram.
Instagram, and can you see a date?
September 25th, I believe, of 2022.
All right, thank you. And can we look at Exhibit 26? All right. And I guess we should identify the platform for that one. Can you tell what platform that is?
I believe it's Facebook, August 26, 2023.
Thank you. All right.
Sorry, I thought that last one was hilarious. They also call me daddy at home too.
Did you become aware of these posts, Mr. Walters, at or about the time they were posted?
Yes.
How did you become aware of them?
Of my personal post, I found out from my children. And my daughter came home and advised me that she was getting messed with at school because apparently her mom is having sex with Afroman, and since she's biracial, that must be her daddy, along with being a thief.
Have I played this? We haven't played this guy, have we? You know what? He said the same thing about two different people, didn't he? I'm like, I don't think we played this guy. I mean, like we have. Okay.
And how did that affect you?
It's horrible.
Okay, that's what I thought. I'm like,
It's hard when your job that you're doing affects your family, which affects you. When you have a kid come home crying that's already been through a life, and now they're getting hazed and harassed because somebody thinks it's funny.
oh,
Somebody knows
It's 'cause I
it's
watched
not true. Been with my wife for 28 years. She didn't have an affair with Mr. Foreman. She didn't make my daughter with Mr.
he's
Foreman.
probably seen it.
But now my family has to be harmed because of straight up 100% lies. Where in the world is it okay to make something up for fun that's damaging to others when you know for sure it's an absolute lie? That's a problem.
I hate to say it, but there's not a lot of credibility behind that comment. Not necessarily with him personally, but just in general. Now I feel I need to
Some
explain
of
it.
these posts that we've seen call you a thief.
Yes.
Did that affect you or your job in any way?
Yes. We as we've already heard, we can't go to calls, not figuratively every call, but the frequency of it, like people automatically, you're stealing Mr. Foreman's money. You illegally raided him. You've done all these things. You know, your wife's having sex with him. Is that why you stole his money?
Okay. So you go to a call, you're an officer, you show up, somebody's like, well, Afroman said this about you. Afroman said this about you. And then your response as an officer is going to be something like, yes. By the way, you called 911. How can I help you? Or you're under arrest because you didn't show me your ID on a traffic stop. It's not a big thing to bounce off of, but
Never touched his money. It's been proven. He knows. We never
Somebody
touched
say
his money.
that to you?
Yes. You can't make these simple street arrests with people that are mouthy. I get that. But now there's just fuel to the rage. And then the fact that at the time I worked night shift, Adams County is a rural county. You do your work in your car a lot of time. You do your paperwork in your car. Well, try to find someplace safe to sit when you're literally getting death threats because of lies. You're absolutely in fear for your safety to begin with as a police officer. But now intensify that because somebody is lying about a situation that they know the facts of. Now you have to worry about it because the calls, the comments, everything, all lying. It created a situation that was uncalled for.
Dang, Nabel. So, your grandparents knew Afroman?
That was unsafe and unhealthy for the officers involved. The problem I have is the respect for my family wasn't near the respect.
This has gone to beyond a narrative. If Mr. Foreman could ask a question.
Thank you. Responsive. Overruled.
Go ahead.
The respect for my family, including my law enforcement family, wasn't nothing like the respect I gave to his children the night of the raid. I stopped what I was doing when his wife, who I know and have been friendly with for years as far as being associates, said, hey, somebody pulled, they were next door, somebody pulled in and they're scared. I stopped what I did, what I was doing, and went and checked on his kids to make sure they were safe, because that's a priority to me. But the same respect that was given to his family had no regard to mine or me. And that affects me. Because to see my family in distress because of my job is distressful to me. To have the public send you death threats
I agree.
over lies is distressing. And it was easy. Stop. Stop with the lies. But that wasn't enough. It's happening today. My kids came home yesterday because of new posts,
Your
same
Honor,
thing.
I'm going to renew this objection again.
Yes.
It's beyond a narrative at this point, and further, this is not bringing in evidence that is beyond this.
We're not going to allow like videos from yesterday. I get that. Last Friday, we have a video. I get what you're saying about the evolving nature of the conduct. That testimony is consistent with other people's experiences of the harm, but we're not going to bring in the exhibits. We're not going to bring in the content.
But they can testify about stuff that's happening at this time.
Yeah, it's the effect,
Okay, I
not
would
the
Yeah, he feels biased to me. I don't think he's going to give the courtesy back to Afroman if he testifies in the same way, but we'll see because Afroman is going to testify.
an objection for the record on
Got
that.
it. You're in. Next question.
Yeah.
Had you finished your answer?
Yes.
Any other ways you haven't mentioned that you want to share about how these accusations
Yeah.
of a
He's
theft
gonna have
and
to
your
win
wife
this in
having
appellate
sex
court.
with Mr. Foreman have affected you or your reputation?
It's affected all of our reputations, from a baseless lie till now, that we are not thieves. We didn't steal his money. I never touched his money, but I'm in the group of thieves. We stole his money. I spoke to him on the phone when he was concerned that he was going to be arrested that night. And apparently in some way on the phone, he didn't like my attitude towards not fixing his door. I'm sorry if you felt that I disrespected you in some way. I was explaining to him that we don't have the means to fix his door. We're leaving it in care of his wife. But I also cooled his fears that we're not coming to arrest you. Deputy or Sergeant Newland would like to talk to you. Get your attorney and come and talk to us. There's not going to be an arrest warrant for you. If we need to talk to you, we can find you. We can call you. You can come in. If an arrest warrant would occur, turn yourself in, go through the system, and do whatever. Nobody's chasing you through the woods, as reported. Nobody's doing any of that. The respect that was given to him, which I guess is not required in society, was not put forward to us.
Those are all of my questions. Thank you.
Cross-examination.
For the record, you stated previously your name was Randy Walters.
Randolph Lee Walters Jr.
Okay.
I go
And
by
so
Randy.
you go by Randy.
Yes.
Do you mind if I call
Yes,
you Randy?
it's perfectly fine, sir.
Great picture you have there, Mortimer.
So you extended Mr. Foreman a significant amount of respect that night.
I felt that I did.
If I show you some of the surveillance footage, can you explain how that is showing respect?
Sure.
I really hate that he believes what he's saying. The logic of showing the respect to the kids and the ex-wife. I'm assuming it's the ex-wife. Talking about showing them a massive amount of respect, yet the door is 3 feet into the walkway, the gate's broken, all their stuff is tossed. I get they do that on warrants, but to rationalize that in the way that he's trying to do so is it's just crappy.
Do you want to sign for
What's the exhibit number?
This will be Exhibit F, Defense Exhibit F. This will be an excerpt of the security camera footage of Mr. Foreman for the kitchen of his home. From the time in question of August 21st, 2022.
Make sure we get the counter time, so we know what the court appeals would know what the jury saw.
Pardon me, I'm
Make
sorry.
sure we get the counter time, so the court appeals knows what the jury saw.
So I'll ask a couple questions while we're waiting for this demo. So you took part in the search warrant execution.
Yes.
You were part of the breach team into Mr. Foreman's house.
Yes.
You had a riot shield-like thing.
No, a ballistic shield, sir.
Well, what's a ballistic shield?
It's a bulletproof shield. It's commonplace when doing raids at police.
Yeah, the riot shield. No, it's a ballistic shield. What's that? Oh, it's a shield that we use for riots.
Officers get shot,
So,
and it's a safety device.
so it's a safety device shield about yay long with a little hole, a little window in it, so you can carry it forward.
Yes.
So, do you see what?
Nah,
is
it's
marked
overrated to be prepared.
Defense Exhibit F.
Yes. I see something on the screen.
Okay. So on that screen, does that appear to be the kitchen of Mr. Foreman's residence?
Yes.
And you would agree that that gentleman there with the firearm is Mr. Brian Newland?
Yes.
Okay. And so this would be the beginning after breaching the door?
From this, I can't tell what part of the entry it was.
Let me place them on. Okay, so this would be starting the security camera footage of 8/21/2022,
Yeah.
starting at
It's
8:13
so tacky.
and 4 seconds p.m.
So you have 2 fridges? Yeah. 2 refrigerators. Good idea. You're right. There's probably a lot we missed. But it's just the way that he's given the plaintiff some flexibility where he doesn't get the defense as part of it. There's a little bit more to it, and I don't think bias is going to be the reason for the appeal by any means. I think the Constitution is going to be the main reason for the appeal, and that'll go on for a while after this, assuming that he loses this. But yeah, I'm curious as to what other people posting this say. I know there's one other channel who got in on this early, and I'll watch her video and see what she thinks too. Gotta get my little brother on here. I really do. Maybe I can get Uncle Dan up here when we do closing statements or the verdict.
I've stopped it here because I want to ask a question. So
I know verdicts.
You talked about a
Yeah.
ballistic shield. Is that the ballistic shield you're referring to?
Yes,
And you would be behind that ballistic shield?
yes.
Yeah, I mean, still, he's got two. Two cold food devices. Oh, somebody's behind the cabinets. There's really. Oh no, there's a walkway. Shit. News purposes.
So, put
News
this image in
purposes.
Perspective. You're behind the riot shield.
Yes.
Yeah.
Officer Cooley's behind, or sorry, Officer
You know
Cooley's
what?
behind you. Brian Newland's in front of you. And Sean Grooms is going forward with the assault rifle. And you're flipping off the security camera.
No,
I'll send you
That's not
Discord.
your middle finger.
no. Do you know how to use a ballistic shield, or do you like me to tell you?
Let's watch it. Finger went down, right?
There's a light activation on that shield. It's 35
The
pounds.
finger went down, correct?
If you think I was flipping him off, you can think that that's not what it was.
Okay.
Okay. He's the one that has the that. Man, I got it right on the part they're talking about. But it's hard to tell. He's wearing dark clothes. Let's see if we can catch it. Oh shit. We go right before it. Huh.
So, putting this image in perspective, you're behind the riot shield.
Yes.
Officer Cooley's behind, or sorry, Officer Sean Cooley's behind you. Brian Newland's in front of you. And Sean Grooms is going forward with the assault rifle. And you're flipping off the security camera.
No,
That's not your middle finger.
no. Do you know how to use a ballistic shield, or do you like me to tell you?
Let's watch it. Finger went down, right?
There's a light activation on that shield. It's 35
The
pounds.
finger went down, correct?
If you think I was flipping him off, you can think that that's not what it was.
Okay.
I need my own demonstrative evidence.
There's a light activation on the handle of the shield.
Mr. Walters,
Okay, go ahead.
wait for the question. So you were called a couple of names by Mr. Foreman, one of those being, what was it? Beetle Bailey.
Yes, sir.
Does anyone believe you're Beetle Bailey?
Beetle Bailey.
Probably not. That's it.
All right. I don't have a shield. That'd be weird if I did. But I've got a lot of boxing stuff. And so if he's holding the shield, it's gonna look something like this. And so what the attorney is arguing is that so behind the shield there's a little clear piece, like right where the knuckles are, right? So this is the shield, this is the clear piece. So the defense is trying to say that he's holding it like this, basically. It could even be something like that. You know, he could even be holding it like under his knuckles, you know, to prop it up like this. So it would make sense that the finger goes up. So the defense for Afroman is saying that he flipped him off. He's saying, "Well, I wasn't doing that." I don't know. I actually kind of believe the officer this time, but he did look right at the camera, so who knows?
A drawn cartoon.
Beetle Bailey is a cartoon that's in the newspaper.
Sure.
Been there for years.
So that would be an exaggeration. Okay. And when they call you a son of a bitch, that would be an opinion?
I'd say that would be an opinion.
Okay. Because there's no way we can prove whether you're a son of a bitch or not.
Nah, she's been dead
Rough.
for years.
I'm sorry. I am sorry about your mother.
All right.
But you would agree, though, that when someone calls someone a son of a bitch, it's not necessarily a statement of fact. It's more a statement of opinion or a description of a person.
Sure.
Okay.
The same thing with being called, I think it's Gomer Pyle.
Yes.
No one would think you're Gomer Pyle from the movie.
Obviously, that's a character in a movie.
Yeah. But you're not that person.
No.
This may sound stupid, but you've been a law enforcement officer for a long time, correct?
Yes.
You've been called many derogatory names, correct?
Over the years, yes.
You've been called a son of a bitch before, correct?
Not published, but yes.
Okay. You've been called other things even worse, correct?
I'm sure over the years I've been called many things.
It would be fair to say that during those years, people probably said bad things about you and your family also.
You know, I honestly can't remember bad things being said to my family, but I can remember bad things being done to them.
Do you believe everything you read on the internet?
No.
Do you believe everything you read in the newspaper?
No.
You probably tell your kids, don't believe everything you hear, right?
Especially now.
So, are you testifying and claiming that because Mr. Foreman called you Gomer Pyle, you've been painted in a false light with the public? I'm taking it one at a time, so I'm going to get to
The
it.
Gomer Pyle?
Yes.
I'm not claiming that, sir.
You're not claiming that being called a son of a bitch is a claim you're pursuing, that Mr. Foreman's called you?
Correct, sir.
Being called Beetle Bailey, you're not claiming that is part of defamation proceeding on that, correct?
Correct.
Okay. And neither one of those three statements have painted you in a false light, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
Well, I mean, it depends. I mean, it paints you in a different light than what you are, but correct.
So you're solely being painted in a false light due to Mr. Walters saying he had sex with your wife.
Mr. Walters does have sex with his wife. Mr. Foreman doesn't.
Good catch on that.
Yeah.
So you're claiming that is the defamation statement is that he said he had sex with your wife.
Yes.
Okay. And that's painted you in a false light.
It's caused tremendous pain in my life.
I'll get to that. We have to go through false light first. So does it paint you in a false light?
Yes, that my wife is cheating on me with Mr. Foreman.
But we all know that's not true, correct?
I don't know.
Wait, you don't know if your wife's cheating on you or not?
You want to go there?
No, I just want to ask that question because you said we don't know. I just
Been
need
with
the
that
answer.
woman since middle school.
I know.
I would hope she wouldn't. But you know what? Once somebody puts it out there for their fun and entertainment, it's out there. And it's a problem.
So it's something we cannot verify the truth of? Is it a thing that can be verified, true or false?
Ask your client.
Your Honor, I'm going to ask for a direct the witness to answer the question, yes or no, please.
Sorry, before this gets away from me, I still need to freaking fold some laundry. Leslie G from NC. Thank you so much for the 5 gifted grammar school memberships. You are so awesome. Thank you so much for joining me in the middle of the workday and for sending us some new members. You are awesome. I really appreciate it. And welcome to the new members.
That you don't like his answer doesn't mean he didn't answer.
He didn't answer the question. He's told me to ask another person. That is not an answer to the question.
So ask him another question.
Okay.
That was his answer. You didn't like how it came out, but it was his answer. I can't make him say something else. You can
Oh,
ask
what's
him
going to
that
happen?
question.
I was going to go to court.
And so are you claiming that Mr. Foreman saying he had sex with your wife is a private fact about your life?
My family is a private part of my life.
About your wife?
Him having an affair with my wife would definitely be a private part of my life if that was occurring.
And that has affected your reputation?
Yes.
Seems like there's a shade of doubt here.
And so, am I right in concluding that the other final statement that you are claiming that Mr. Foreman said about you that painted you in a false light is that you're a thief?
Yes.
Okay. And that stems from all the posts that and all the exhibits that Mr. Klingler referenced earlier?
That's what he showed.
The ones that talk about the police officers in general?
Yes.
Were you ever disciplined due to anything Mr. Foreman said?
No.
Ever passed up for promotion?
No.
This may be a stupid question. Were you a sergeant before or after the
Before.
search? Okay. Because I know you couldn't remember when, so I was just curious on that.
It was from before.
When?
Have you ever talked to the People's Defender or Informer about the statements?
We were not allowed.
So you were not allowed by the Sheriff of Adams County?
Yes.
That picture.
And you had a cease and desist letter sent prior to January 1st of 2023?
I personally made no notification.
Okay.
Everything's been made through my attorney.
Okay. But that would be after January 1st, 2023, to your knowledge?
I'm not for sure of the date.
If this lawsuit was filed after January 1st, 2023,
Shaving?
you would agree then that it would have happened after that?
I don't know if they sent you guys a letter before or after they filed suit.
Okay.
I do not know that.
Okay. So that would be something I should ask another plaintiff?
Yeah, I didn't hand
Yeah.
the paperwork. I don't know what date you got that, sir.
Okay.
Yeah. What do you mean by
Do you
shaving?
agree that how you act during your job duties affects your reputation?
It does.
And I think I've asked this, but I'll ask again. The public has commented on your job duties in the past?
I'm sure they have.
They've been critical of you?
I'm sure they have.
Right? Day one of the trial was way more fun. But, you know, this is important too.
Did you order Lisa Phillips to disconnect the security camera?
I don't, and I haven't reviewed the body cam since that event. I know that the intent, if I can, for the camera system is, in speaking with Detective Newland, that they thought there was some type of operation of narcotics transfers there, so it would be obvious that if there's a surveillance system, that would be on it. That camera system was disconnected with my multi-tool by Sergeant Phillips. I will trust in the fact, because I have not reviewed it, that I said, hey, disconnect it. I don't know for sure that I did, but I know that she used the multi-tool to disconnect it, and it was placed in the central area in that room for evidence to be collected, because it was to be collected. Because obviously, if you thought something was going on in the residence, you collect the surveillance system, you go later and get another search warrant. I didn't find out until a couple of days later that that was not actually collected.
It was left at the scene,
Yes.
but it was disconnected.
Yes.
And you were
To
standing
take
there?
as evidence.
To take as evidence.
Yes.
But it was not taken as evidence.
It was not.
So the only thing taken as evidence, significant evidence, was the cash.
There was a jar of marijuana that was found in, like, the ball cap room, some cash, and some vapes, as I remember.
Yeah. Yeah, I watched it yesterday. It's, you find out this guy has a surveillance system that is recording inside his house where the search warrant is executed, that probably recorded everything that happened in that house for however long, and you just don't collect the evidence. Yeah.
No one was arrested for threatening you, correct?
Well, we're still on day 2.
Our choice.
We got a little behind.
That was a choice made by the sheriff.
I can't tell you whose choice it was. I know that the agency as a whole was very upset and very concerned, and between the powers that be, whoever that is, there was no charges filed.
This may sound stupid, but being a son of a bitch is not a crime, correct?
No.
You might have a second, Howard. Your Honor, I have no further questions for this witness at this time.
Thank you, Mr. Osborne. Go ahead.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Mr. Walters, I'm not going to put the body cam up again. I was frankly a little confused about what it was supposed to show, but explain to me what it was that Mr. Osborne said he thought he saw that you were explaining.
May I stand up, sir?
Yeah.
A ballistic
You could
shield
use
weighs
one of
35
these.
pounds. Okay, it's very big. One hand has your firearm, or if you're using it for something. The other hand, there's a bar like this. To activate the lights that's on the front of it, there is an activation switch on the shield.
Just like this.
That's what occurred.
So so your finger moved or something?
Yes, that's how you activate the shield. And it's
No.
also 35 pounds.
Now I don't believe him.
Wow, it takes a toll.
So were you trying to flip the bird to his security camera or something? Or
No.
we're trying to make a
Okay, earlier I said I kind of believed him. Now I definitely do not believe him.
disrespectful gesture in any way?
No.
He was clearly doing
You
this.
were asked a lot of questions by Mr. Osborne about
Not this.
things you might have been called before, criticisms you might have undergone before. Has anyone called you a thief before and published it?
No.
And he knows that he knew about the cameras. He knew where they were because he's the guy that disconnected them or ordered them to be disconnected.
Has anyone ever published a statement that they fucked your wife?
No.
Have your kids come home upset because somebody said Afroman somebody else was their father at some point before this?
Yeah.
As recent as yesterday. Because everything is brought back up again.
You were were you at
Because
Mr.
you're on
Foreman's
trial,
deposition?
dude.
I was not.
Where are you going to trial?
Those are all my questions. Thank you.
Recross?
Recross.
Your Honor, I had no recross of Mr. Walters.
Okay, go ahead, step down.
Thank you, sir.
Witness coming at 1 o'clock, right? Okay. Okay, so we get lunch break till about 1 o'clock. Enjoy yourself. Don't talk about the case. Don't research. Decompress, whatever it means. Get some fresh air. Stretch. Don't deliberate early. Have a good lunch. Well, these are records.
Can you still hear the dog? What? Wait for it. Now she stopped snoring. By the way, both of my dogs do that. All right. Testimony. Apparently the noise can't wait. Hold on. Actually, let me test something real quick with you guys. All right, now do you hear it? Well, I'll put my hand up when she snores. Okay. But you can still hear me okay, right? Still getting used to this new mic. All right. The testimony. Wait, you can't hear me? Oh, whatever.
Defense would renew its objection contained in the motion when the file stamped March 16th. That was certified that day.
Thank you for filing the motion of limiting. Note we overrule the objection and then have to reserve the original. Very good. Go ahead.
Do you solemnly swear the testimony you're about to give shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? As this, you shall answer unto God.
I do.
Thank you. You may be seated.
I do. All right, now we're officially on the second half of day 2.
Thank you, Judge. Would you introduce yourself to the
What's up,
jury,
Josh?
please?
Certainly.
Donna?
My name is Mike Robinson. I'm a deputy sheriff with the Claremont County Sheriff's Office and been employed there for 35 years next month.
And can you tell us your current position and responsibilities with the Claremont County's Sheriff's Office?
Sure. I'm assigned under the investigative section with the Claremont County Sheriff's Office. I'm an evidence technician. I'm a certified evidence technician through the Miami Valley Regional Crime Laboratory. I am a certified
I'm going to object. He's testifying to stuff that was not contained in the report that was provided to us, nor anything about his background was provided. This is improper to ask this at this point. It was not disclosed.
His name and his purpose here were certainly disclosed. I'm simply giving background information so the jury knows who's talking to them. He can certainly be cross-examined by Mr. Osborne if Mr. Osborne finds anything that he wants to question him about, but
Is there a written report?
there is.
Was that provided?
It was.
It was provided upon request. It's contained in my motion and limited email response to it and everything, noting the dates and times. There is no CV attached to it. He is asking stuff that would paint this gentleman as an expert. Expert requires at least 28 days notice prior to trial. It was never disclosed 28 days before, so it does not meet that. Asking him his training and everything, which we were not disclosed of, puts us at a disadvantage because we had no ability to research it, and we would object to that or paint him as an expert when it has not been followed per the rules.
He's going to be testifying as a fact witness, Judge, as to the investigation he conducted into the alleged missing cash in this case.
So the amended witness list is March 11, I don't remember the date of the first witness list. So as a fact witness, that's how I took him also. So his qualifications are relevant. I understand the objection and I overrule it. And you can go ahead.
Thank you, Judge.
Yeah, it is. Thank you.
Continue, please. And your title is detective. Is that how we should refer to you? Or
Yes.
Detective Robinson, you were talking about your certifications, I believe.
Yes, I'm a certified evidence technician through the Miami Valley Regional Crime Laboratory. I'm a certified
Laboratory.
CBSA examiner as computer voice stress analysis for the last 25 years. I'm also a certified Part 107 drone pilot through the FAA, where I head up our Claremont County Sheriff's Office drone unit and flight missions, operations. I'm also...
Your Honor, I'm going to object again. What does drone training have to do with this? Was there a drone flown? It was not in the report.
Maybe nothing.
It has to do with who he is, Judge.
Yeah. It's not right on point, but it doesn't hurt.
I'm also, I've been certified Cellbrite examiner, which is the conducting forensic cell phone data extractions. I also serve as a backup coroner investigator with the Claremont County Sheriff's Office, or a coroner's office.
Thank you, Detective Robinson. Did you have occasion to conduct an investigation into an alleged missing amount of cash at the Adams County Sheriff's Department, the evidence room in particular?
Yes.
And just tell us how you became involved in an investigation into that.
I was contacted by our administration, who was contacted by what I believe to be the former sheriff, Adams County Sheriff Kimmy Rogers, to conduct an investigation involving the alleged missing money.
And can you explain to us what your investigation consisted of? What did you do?
Well, I met with Sheriff Kimmy Rogers, and I wanted to conduct an audit, actually, of the property evidence room that consisted of monies that would be brought in or had been brought in by deputies, detectives, agents, and so forth. So we were given, when I say we, my partner and I, were given full access to that, where we counted monies that were brought in from other investigations and so forth.
And is it fair to say that your investigation really focused on an alleged cash discrepancy from a search warrant that had been executed not too long before your investigation?
That's correct.
And can you tell us any more about that investigation? For example, does the name Brian Newland ring a bell to you?
Yes. We were forwarded video footage, body cam footage, of the search warrant that was conducted, and I focused attention to the body cam footage that involved the money count. And when I say money count, there were actually two money counts. There was, from the body cam video footage, there was money that was collected from one room of the home, and there was other monies that were collected from another, what appeared to be another room of the home. So you had a money count in this room that totaled a certain amount, and then you had a money count in another room that totaled a certain amount.
And do you remember what the alleged discrepancy was? Maybe not in terms of numbers right now, we'll get to that, but just
Good year.
in general,
Great year.
what was the problem? There was something, an amount was recorded that didn't actually comport with the amount of money that was there. Is that?
That's correct. So what was reported altogether was $400 missing, alleged to be missing. $390 from the first money count, from the one-room money count, and $10 from another money count from the other room. That totaled to $400.
All right. And did you review, you mentioned you reviewed some body cam. Do you know whose body cam footage that was?
That was Detective Newland's body cam.
Okay. And you reviewed that body cam?
I did.
And were you able to come to any conclusions after your review of that body cam?
So the body cam footage that I reviewed in the one room that was counted as
We pulled out our jump to conclusions, Matt.
$4,390. I reviewed that body cam footage, and it was clear to me that there was a miscount of $390.
And can you explain to us what it was about the body cam footage that led you to that conclusion?
Well, it's just also not the video footage. It also includes audio. So video and audio together assisted me to determine this, but it's clearly on video.
Hey, Judy.
If you
Welcome.
want me to explain.
Please do, yeah.
So what Detective Newland does in counting this money was, you can see as he starts, he lays two $100 bills on the ground.
Yes.
You can clearly see
Glad
that.
you caught it.
And as he's counting the money, you can see it in body cam video, such as I'll demonstrate as I'm talking. And you can hear him count. With $200 on the ground, you can hear him count 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then he shuffles
9.
the money. And then when he lays down on the $200, he lays a single $100 bill down, and now he's counting 7, 8, 9, 10. So what he's counting as $1,000 is clearly that he only has $600 in the pile.
Huh. I don't think this is helping the plaintiff. I get what they're trying to portray here. By the way, there is this body cam footage that he's talking about is available on YouTube. I have it, but it didn't seem necessary to add it in. They'll probably play it.
And as he continue on with the body cam video footage, he makes piles of 100, and there's several piles of 100, hence over $4,000. But as he's collecting the money from the piles that he made, he collects. You can clearly see on body cam where he's collecting as $100. It actually contains $110. Now you can clearly see this on body cam video where there's a $50 bill underneath.
Well,
3
shit, now I might have to play it.
He picks that up
think
and he
they play
collects it
it.
as 100, but it's clearly 110. He had a pile over to, in the video footage, you see it on his left side. He's got a pile over there, and he counted of $90. So he has 3 piles of 100s now in front of him. He picks that up, and he picks up what he collected as $90, and he calls it $390.
Can I play 2 videos?
So he
at the
writes
same
down on a
time?
piece of paper $4,390, when in fact the $390 doesn't really exist.
And your review of the body cam convinced you that that was the source of the discrepancy between the $4,000 that was actually in the bag and the $4,390 that was written on the bag?
Absolutely.
Now, you mentioned a second pile of money, or a second bunch of money that was collected from another floor or another room. Can you tell us about your investigation into that alleged discrepancy?
Yes. So in watching that body footage, now this is the monies, I guess, that were uncovered in another room of the home.
Marky thanks so much for the raid. I completely forgot it was Wednesday, but I was a little behind on this trial. Thank you so much for the raid. Welcome. We are playing the Afroman. I meant to catch up last night, but I needed to freaking sleep. So we have somebody on stand to testify about facts discussed in this case about missing money. If they don't play the money video, I'll play it because it's only like 2 minutes long. but I haven't. It's good to see everybody. Thank you so much for hanging out. By the way, if you guys haven't been following this case, it is nuts. You have not seen anything like this before. Most of the action was on day one. I have day one somewhere on my channel, pretty close to the top, easy to find. You have to see day one if you missed the rest of everything else. Plus, we have Afroman. He's about to testify after this guy, and that's going to be fun too.
I could not make a determination like I could on the other count. It just didn't provide me a clear. It was counted as $641 was what was written on the packaging material that was used.
I wish
And
my
counted as
641 equals 1,000.
When in essence, I believe when it was returned to the homeowner, I believe $631 was actually in the bag, a $10 discrepancy. I couldn't account for that on body video or the audio displayed, so I couldn't come to a conclusion to that amount.
So you, for this $10 discrepancy between 631 and 641, you were not able to determine one way or the other
That's correct.
what happened to that money?
That's correct.
On the $390 discrepancy, you were able to conclude what happened?
Absolutely.
And did you draw any conclusions at all about the $10 discrepancy, even though you couldn't see anything on video?
Yeah, I didn't conduct an interview with Detective Nolan. I didn't find it necessary, but I couldn't come to a conclusion of the 10.
I'm here, just folding laundry.
And I don't think it would be so far forward for me to conclude that that might have been a miscount. But again, I couldn't come to that conclusion. I don't know.
Okay, fair enough. And did you know Detective Newland before you started this investigation?
No.
Did you know anybody or have any relationship with anybody who was involved in this, in the cash that you were counting and investigating?
No.
Did you issue a report as a result of your investigation?
I did.
And is that report part of, kept in the public record as part of your normal duties as a detective?
Yes.
He said duties.
Could we have, what exhibit is that, Natalie?
31.
Thank you.
31. Oh, some of these need a wrinkle release.
Okay, we're showing you
later.
exhibit 31, Detective Robinson, and it looks like, first of all, do you, from this little snippet we're looking at here from the first page, do you recognize this as part of the report you issued?
I do.
And it looks like the report date is December 8th of 2022. Is that right?
That's correct.
Okay. And then can you go to the second page of the report, please?
I was gonna pay my child support, but then I
And then
got.
the third page of the report. And do you recognize this, Detective, as the beginning of your narrative report of your investigation and the results contained in it?
Yes.
And we're not gonna, we don't need to take time right now to review everything, but down at the last sentence of the second paragraph, you wrote, "The monies returned did not equal to what was indicated that had been originally removed from the home." Did I read that correctly?
You read it correctly.
And that's referring to this cash discrepancy that you just talked about.
Correct.
Yep.
And then let's go down a little bit further, and there in your report,
I've got cheesecake though.
there's some numbers there on the left, 1 through 7, with various numbers. What are those and why are those there? Just give us a little snippet of what you're doing.
I mentioned that I wanted to conduct an audit of the monies coming in that were brought in to the sheriff's office by deputies, detectives, agents, what have you, from scenes, to see if there's a pattern or an issue. There were nearly 70 items, 60-something items that we counted. We actually broke open the packages, examined what was on the packaging, the amount, and then physically counted the money in each package. In almost those nearly 70 packages, we did find 7 discrepancies in that money,
7?
those money counts by various deputies, detectives, agents, whoever brought those in. I don't have that list, but of those 7 discrepancies, 3 contained monies that were less than what was indicated on the package, with the highest amount being $5. 4 of those discrepancies, 4 of the 7, actually contained more money that was in the packaging that was listed on the packaging, and that highest amount being $2.40. And a lot of this involved some coin change, if you will.
Okay. And Detective, what did you conclude as a result, if anything, as a result of this investigation into the whole evidence room here at Adams County?
You know, this didn't cause any red flags to us that that there was a huge issue or anything.
Thieves.
That
No thieves.
this is a common mistake of counting money and coin. It really didn't send us a red flag.
And then let's turn to the
Left.
hang on I'm sorry.
Turn to the left.
Yeah, while we're still at this page at the very bottom, this is simply, I think, reciting what you've just testified to. Can you just read that for us, starting with while counting out? Can you see your computer monitor, or is it?
Can you see it on this one?
Is that easier
Actually,
or
that's
not?
better.
Is it okay? Yeah.
Well,
Feel free. No. We can blow it up a little too.
that's fine. While counting out 100 bills, 2 $100 bills was placed down on the ground and counted aloud by Detective Noland as being 2. The counting continues, 3, 4, 5, 6. Though you don't have a clear
5,
view
6,
of these
7, 8.
bills being counted, the audio suggests that he has counted to the number 6. There is a pause and then it goes on. What seemingly is the arranging of monies in hand while the 2 $100 bills remain on the floor. Next you hear 7, and a $100 bill is placed atop of the other 2 on the floor. This is followed by 8, 9, and 10. This
8,
completes
9,
the
10.
pile the detective has established and collects it as $1,000. When it appears that he actually has $600. The video audio continues, and after counting out piles of money totaling $100 each, he begins collecting these piles, making a pile of 1,000. He makes 4 piles that appear to be totaling $4,000. With 4 piles remaining, 3 piles were collected and totaled as $300, and the third pile collects as $100. It is clear that it contains $110. This is why I was testifying earlier. A $50 bill and 3 $20 bills. The fourth pile he adds with the other 3 and states on audio $390.
Oh God, this part's boring.
He records on a piece of paper $4,390. Though he records $4,390, the video audio suggests to me that he actually has $4,000. I believe this accounts for the alleged missing $390 associated with item number 1.
All right, thank you. And then you also describe your conclusion with the second bag, and I don't know that we need to read that. The jury will have it back in the jury room if they want to, but essentially you weren't able to account for the $10 from the second bag, is that right?
Yeah, in reviewing that video footage and watching and listening, I couldn't make a determination to that amount.
All right. And do you know, was this amount of $4,390 on the first bag, was that written on the bag or somewhere in relation to the bag?
He writes it on a piece of paper. I don't recall if it was written on the bag.
And he puts it in the bag then? Is that your
I
understanding?
believe that's what was done, yes.
All right. And the video shows that?
Yes.
Yes.
Detective Robinson, was your report available to the public if anyone asked for it?
I would believe it would be, yes.
Do you know if Mr. Foreman here or anyone else associated with him ever asked for a copy of your report?
I wouldn't know that. I don't know that.
Okay. Those are all my questions. Thank you very much.
We have a cross-examination.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Mr. Investigator. What's the deal with the money?
So Detective Robinson, you did an investigation into, at the request of the Adams County Sheriff at that time.
Yeah, he needs
Correct.
some beard products.
And you actually went farther than he asked for. You actually went and did a complete audit of all 66 money bags in evidence.
I wouldn't say that that was farther. It was part of the investigation.
So he asked for you to audit.
That was my idea.
Okay, that's what I'm getting at. And out of those 66 exhibits, did you attach to your report a itemization of them?
Correct.
Okay. And each one you say the amount stated and the amount counted and whether it matched or not?
That's one of my new pet peeves, just because I watch court, is when a yes-no question is asked and the response is correct. Sometimes it fits. In that case, no.
Correct.
You also indicate if the bag was sealed or not?
I did not indicate that, but they were all sealed when we examined them.
Okay. Oh.
Just
Oh, okay. So I'm putting, this is a further
Go
amount
back to the
of,
music videos.
31 of the plaintiff. And so this would be the spreadsheet that you attached to your report?
yeah, and actually, yeah, that's correct. And it awfully states that there were some found what we indicated to be open.
And that would be unsealed?
Patch.
Yes,
1 cent.
So when it
$2.
says open on here, it means unsealed.
that's what we put in there. Yeah.
Did you note whether each evidence bag actually had like the number of denominations, like 7 $5 bills, 10 $10 bills? Did
No.
you note that?
No.
3 $6 bills.
Did you get a chance to observe the packaging that the original money was in that was returned to Mr. Foreman?
I believe so. I don't recall what that looked like, but I believe we had that ability, yes.
So you don't remember if there was the bills written on it, so many 5s, so many 10s and such?
I don't.
But if you had noted that, that would be in your report?
Not necessarily. I'm concerned with the total amount, really not, I wasn't concerned by denominations, but I don't recall if that was on the packaging or not.
But you would agree if you put the number of denominations of each series of bill that was in there on the front of the bag, you could determine whether you miscounted or not just by doing multiplication.
I'm not sure, perhaps, maybe.
You're not sure you can do multiplication, or you're not sure that you can count up that?
Well, again, I don't know if those denominations were listed on the bag or not. I just know what the video clearly shows me.
So you're saying you miscounted the recount.
Let's ask that question. There was 8 hours of body cam footage. How much body cam footage did you watch?
I watched all of the body cam footage, but focused my attention on the money count.
You watched all 8 hours.
I watched well, I didn't count how long it was, but I reviewed I had the entire body cam footage. I reviewed the body cam footage, but I focused my attention on the money count. Now, if it was 8 hours, I couldn't say.
So, but you never put in your report anything about the money being left unattended or anything like that you saw in the body cam?
It wasn't my concern if the money was left unattended because, again, after reviewing the body cam footage and the count, and it was listed as $4,390. That's what was listed on the bag when the homeowner came to collect his money, and I believe to be $4,000 in that bag, and $4,000 was returned.
Okay. So there was a number here in your report. You talk about do you recall what the total amount that was listed on the bag one was?
6, 7.
You said it was how much?
I don't know if it was listed on the bag or not. I know that he was writing down in the body cam footage on a piece of paper, and I couldn't tell what the number was, but I could hear what he was writing because he was saying it as he was writing it, $4,390.
Okay. So he wrote $4,390 on a piece of paper with the bills,
Yes.
and that was put in an evidence bag.
To my recollection, yes.
And so your investigation, it's off by $390.
On that money count.
On
On
the
the money
first
count. Item 1, yeah.
Okay. And then the second count is off by how
Interesting.
much?
It was written as $641 or listed as $641, and I believe the money that was returned was $631 when they counted it. So $10.
Damn.
Okay. But you can't determine today what happened with that.
That $10, no, sir, I can't.
But you do make an allegation in your report what happened to it, correct?
I indicated in my report that confirming the miscount of monies of $390, it would not be so far to believe that it was a miscount of that money, but again, I couldn't
That's a good question. I didn't notice that before. Yeah, it's got to be a mic, I guess.
come to any conclusion of
Or double secret probation, maybe?
what happened to that $10.
So when you said in your report, therefore, due to the history of proven miscount of money with item 1, it would not be so far as to believe a miscount of money occurred in item number 2?
Correct, that's what I wrote.
But you never put anything in here after that that said that you could not determine that, and that was just your guess.
Well, I certainly couldn't determine it, but I didn't. That's not written in my report as word for word what you indicated.
Well, if your report's open to the public, shouldn't it be accurate?
It is accurate.
You're saying today, though, that you can't determine, but you said here in your report that you can determine. So explain to me what's accurate about that.
I indicate that it wouldn't be so far to believe that it was a possible miscount of the $10.
But it doesn't go on farther in that same paragraph after that to say that you could not determine.
Yeah, it's Jared Regier or Jay Regier GPS tracker. I think that's what it is.
No, it doesn't say that.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. So that's
Okay.
not, this is not accurate
But
to your
that's,
testimony.
but that's exact. I mean, that's the fact. I cannot determine.
And so that should be in the report here.
I believe by reading that, you can believe that it cannot be determined.
That's how you read it.
That's how I read it.
Okay. And you went and interviewed Mr. Foreman, correct?
I didn't interview Mr. Foreman.
Who did you interview in relation to this?
I didn't interview anybody in this situation.
Not even Dee Russo, the evidence technician?
Yeah, she was with us when we did the audit.
So you interviewed her?
It wasn't an interview,
Well, what was it then?
just indicating of what, providing what we needed as far as the audit concerned, in the money count, and she was with us when the money was being counted.
So not to be mean to Dee, but so she was what, just fetching and carrying the evidence for you?
Well, she's in charge of the evidence property room, and that's how we made contact with her.
Oh yeah, I
But
think
you
it is
didn't
on the
sit there and
desk.
ask her what she saw when she counted the money when it was returned to Mr. Foreman?
I didn't ask her that, no.
I
I'd like you to look at the second to last paragraph. I submitted the subpoena for the raw footage from Channel 19. Why would you submit for the footage of a news agency when you could have interviewed one of the people standing in the room there because she was with you the whole time as the evidence technician?
Well, I thought the raw footage may involve some assistance in Wild County money, so that
Or why didn't you FOIA it from the freaking source? That is a great question. And the Channel 19 footage that he's talking about is the same footage that I have, which I probably will play if they don't play it.
footage was in reference to the money being counted or returned to the homeowner.
So that footage is more important than a witness who stood there, who had power over it, whose duty was the responsibility to watch that?
I think video and audio are just as important. Just as in this case where it's clear for item number 1 with the miscount of the 390.
Blood.
But your audit showed a discrepancy of over 10% of all of the money and evidence, correct?
I think it was 66 items and 7 discrepancies, with the largest one being $5. So whatever that percentage is,
Okay. So roughly
10
10%.
point
roughly.
something.
And each one of those was only off by less than $10 either way, correct?
Yes, less than $10, $5 and less, yes.
So even by your own audit, the second count, which is off by $10, is actually even an anomaly compared to the other 10% that was miscounted.
I'm not sure what you mean by anomaly, or are you saying it's unusual, or?
No, let's not get to unusual yet. So let's go back to your testimony. Okay, so you testified during your audit. You had 3 that indicated less, with the most being indicated missing $5 as a miscount, correct?
That is correct.
You then found 4 that had more money than listed, with a highest being $2.40, correct?
Correct.
So $10 is more than you found in the 10% audit, correct?
Yes.
I got what's the account? Cash.
Who did you send a copy of your report to?
I can't recall if I sent any copies. I may have, I just don't recall.
You sent a copy to Mr. Foreman, though?
I don't recall sending a copy to Mr. Foreman.
Okay.
Yeah, we need to get to Afroman. I mean, I get why they have this guy here, but definitely not as fun as Lisa or Colonel, what's his name? All right, laundry's folded. Now I gotta do some hangers.
Did you look at the return on the search warrant?
I did not.
Yeah,
But as far as you know, it would have an incorrect amount of money on it due to the miscount?
something like that, right?
The search warrant return should have $4,390 as one count and $641 as the other count.
Which adds up to over $5,000?
Yes.
So, okay.
More than
Can I have a second comment? Your Honor, no further questions for this witness at this time.
Yay! No, redirect.
Detective Robinson, we're going to pull up this report one more time, and let me ask you just a couple questions about it to clarify what happened here. What exhibit is this, Natalie? 31?
Yes.
Looking at Exhibit 31 again, the last page of your report, Detective.
I'm gonna have to reset it.
Persistent flash?
You have the whole report in paper form.
I wonder,
Just use the document.
we could do that.
Set it down on the document.
Mine is marked up.
Your Honor, mine is not. We could use
Thank
mine.
you. Thank you for the accommodation.
And I gotta have-
Just for the record, mine does have one thing at the top that says Plaintiff's Exhibit 31, so I know what it is when I refer
We're
to it.
just going to use that, this one page.
Thank you. Flip this page.
Oh, they. Yeah, he is.
He's resetting it. I hope that doesn't mess us up here.
Technology's great when it works.
What you doing, puppy?
Your Honor, if I may ask, this might be a perfect time for me to ask for a restroom break because we're not able to do anything at this time.
How long do you think this will jam will go?
I have 2 minutes, 3 minutes.
Make it?
I can try, Your Honor.
Fair enough.
Oh, they're so good with technology. Worse than grammar school. Although, my tech is getting a lot better.
Don't say a word. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Perfect. Okay, go ahead, Mr. Klingman.
Thank you. Okay, Detective Robinson, we have this Exhibit 31 back up on the screen. And the page we're looking at has a second to the last paragraph there from the bottom. And you wrote, as I'm reading it, as to evidence item number 2 and the alleged missing $10 from the counted and recorded $641. I cannot determine from the body cam footage the amount possibly collected. Did I read that correctly?
You did.
And was that true?
That's true.
That's an accurate representation of your conclusion?
Yes.
While we're on this page, and since Mr. Osborne asked you a question about Channel 19 footage, I want to ask you about the short paragraph right above the one we just looked at, where you wrote, I would like to note that a news article published by WXIX reporter Ken Baker on August 30th, 2022, a week after the execution of the search warrant, the homeowner reported that investigators removed $4,000 from his home. Why was that important for you to include in your report?
I felt that if someone, this money was collected, I believe, if I recall correctly, from some clothing, an article of clothing, maybe in a pocket or something of that sort, that it would be strange to have $4,390 tucked away like that. It would make more sense if you had $4,000 maybe tucked away. And when I saw this article, I found it of some interest, so I put that in my report.
Okay.
Well, he had to go to the gas
That's all I
station.
have. Thank you.
Get some snacks.
So Detective Robinson, you found the news article of interest?
Mr. Robinson.
Is that correct?
Yes.
More interest in interviewing anybody who was there, Brian Newland, Mr. Foreman, or anything?
I didn't find it necessary to interview them.
So
No
this
more
news
questions.
article, though, would have occurred before Mr. Foreman got back his money, correct?
All I recall and what I documented is that it was a week after the search warrant execution.
Do you even know when he got back his money?
Nope.
Not off the top of my head.
So you don't know if he got it back a week or 10 months later? Is that correct?
Well, he didn't get it back a week later.
So
But
when
he
he
got
made
it-
that
yeah,
statement, he
I
did not
can't
have his
recite to
money,
you.
correct?
I'm sorry.
When he made that statement to the news, he did not have his money back, correct?
I don't know that for sure.
Mr.
But I don't believe he
Robinson,
did.
How about, let me finish, it's easy to step on each other. Go ahead, Mr. Osborne.
Mr. Robinson, let's cut the crap on this. You said he didn't have back his money a week after the raid, right?
I don't know when he got the money back. I don't recall the date. I'm assuming that it was a week after the search warrant execution that he did not have his money returned.
So when he made that statement, you would assume he did not know or have his money back from the police department at that time.
Are you saying he didn't know the amount of money, or?
I'm asking you, based on what you just testified to, did he have back his money a week after the raid?
No, I don't believe he did.
Okay. Did you call Ken Baker?
No, I did not.
No further questions, Ron.
Redirect.
No redirect, Judge.
Go ahead, step down, thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you.
Oh, God.
Called Joseph Foreman as if on cross-examination.
Okay, it's Afroman time. Sorry, I'm doing laundry. I think the part at the very end is gonna help Afroman's case, and it's good that he was able to go last to give that impression. But he's basically saying that, excuse me, sorry, when Afroman said that he's missing money or didn't get his money back at the time where he initially said it, it was true. So I'm assuming that's what that whole, testimony is trying to prove. But at the same time, the plaintiff is also making the point that he's not really missing money. because it wasn't counted correctly, and he got it back eventually. All right. Um, let's see. You know what? NCR, are you still in here? DM me if you're still in here.
Do you solemnly swear the testimony you're about to give shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? As this, you shall answer unto God.
Yes.
Thank you, sir. And have a seat.
Go ahead, Mr. Franklin.
Thank you, Your Honor. For the record, would you give us your name, please?
My name is Joseph Edgar Foreman.
You are known under the stage name as Afroman, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And you create music videos and do performances, is
Yes,
that
sir.
right? How many states of the United States have you performed in, do you think?
All of them.
All 50.
Yes, sir.
And how many countries have you performed in?
I don't remember, but not all of them, but I've been to a few.
How many live performances did you do last year, roughly?
I don't know, possibly 250. I don't know, but I don't know. It's a lot of days, but I don't know exactly.
And you have a residence here in Adams County, correct?
Yes, sir.
You've been performing for.
Yeah, that is a good question. That wouldn't fly in Simpson's court, that's for sure. And this town, this judge specifically, maybe the prescription. Let's just go with that. All right, buddy. I'm going to assume you're ready. Hang on a second. Where's it? Mr. NCR, how are you
Yo.
doing, sir?
Bit sore,
your-
but I'm here, man.
How's your connection?
Good.
Okay, good. All right, buddy. I'm still bumping around a little bit, but we get to do Afro Man. So I'm gonna let most of this run and try to talk over it, but just yell at me if we need to pause it. What are your
right.
thoughts so far?
Well, I've been following it since like day one, since they announced it, and I think honestly, this is just a group of cops that are butthurt because they got embarrassed.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
he shows up to the police station with the news crew. They count the money, and the money's short. That's sketchy, number one. The affidavit for the search warrant wasn't really verified. I don't know what research they did to verify it, but they just went off the CI.
The CI. Okay, so you know some information about the probable cause for the search warrant, and it's based on what a criminal informant
Yeah.
tip.
So they're
basically.
saying, yeah, they're saying a CI approached them and told them that Afro Man was trafficking narcotics, and he had a dungeon-like setup in his basement where he was holding people for human trafficking, people against their will. Now, when the raid happened, his kids were staying with the neighbor because he was out of town. And he only got the notifications once they got inside the house. And he was watching it live on his phone as they were going through the house.
Yeah, I knew he was out of town, but it sounded like his kids were with his ex in town, and they're somewhere in the area toward the end of the raid, right?
The kids were with the neighbor next door,
Okay, so they okay.
but the wife
that
was
makes sense.
out running like an errand or something. I think she was at the grocery store or picking up some medicine or something, doing some kind of an errand where the neighbors were watching the kids and they were playing with their neighbors. And then they start seeing the cops ram the gate and they start storming the house.
Yeah, that's gotta be tough to watch. Okay. Well, um, I'm sure I'll have some more questions, but yeah, let us know if we're missing some other information. And I know the officer was talking about making sure he took the time to talk to the kids, but he didn't acknowledge that they probably saw all this happen, or at least part of it. I'm sure they saw a bunch of police going through the gate at least. And I don't know how
Oh
much
yeah.
difference there is between the gate and the front of the house. And the house doesn't look too big. It's bigger than where I live, but
It's a little bit bigger than mine, but it's one of those things that it's crazy, man. The whole thing is just crazy, especially with the information the CI gave that may or may not be verified.
yeah. Oh man. All right. Well, let's play Afro Man, and yeah, just jump in whenever.
For 20 or 30 years, is that right?
All my life.
All right. And is it fair to say that one of the first big hits you had was
Seems to
But
change
Then I Got
daily.
High?
Because I got high.
Because I Got High? And do you think it's accurate to say that that song has had over 300 million views on YouTube?
Sounds right.
You have a large presence on social media, obviously, correct?
Depends on your definition of large. There's bigger people than me, but I'm all right.
Probably bigger now.
And on Instagram, is it fair to say that you have 247,000 followers?
Yeah, I just got some of them the other day.
You got new ones coming all the time
Yes. Not all the time, just here lately.
because the trial's coming up.
Yeah, all the publicity from the officers lawsuing me is running up my numbers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And on YouTube, you have almost 1 million followers, 983,000. Is that right?
I haven't looked. It was 977 last time I looked.
And on TikTok, you have about 392,000 followers.
I haven't looked at it, but that sounds kind of right.
You know when you post something that a lot of people are going to see it, don't you?
Yes.
When this search happened back in August of 2022, Mr. Foreman, you weren't at home?
No.
You were driving home from Chicago?
Yes.
And you got an alert from a family member that the sheriffs were there searching your home, is that right?
Yes.
And you were able to turn on your phone and watch through your home security system what the deputies were doing for a period of time, weren't you?
Yes.
God, just imagine watching that.
And is it fair to say you were angry and upset about this search?
I wasn't happy.
And
Person's
is that
got
why
jokes.
you posted the things we've seen this week, because you weren't happy?
No, I posted it because the sheriff's never supposed to raid my house in the first place. The whole raid was a mistake. All of this is their fault. If they hadn't have wrongly raided my house, there would be no lawsuit. I would not know their names. They wouldn't be on my body. They wouldn't be on my home surveillance system. And there would be no songs, nothing. My money would still be intact, nothing. So all of this is their fault.
So, NCR, let me ask you: did you see the Lick 'em Low Lisa video, or Linda? Lisa, I think it's Lisa. If you're there, all right. If you are there, I can't hear you. I'll come back to it.
And because they executed a search warrant on your home, that gave you the right to post the things that we've seen this week on the internet?
Because
Is that
they-
right? Is that right, Mr. Foreman?
Yes, for
Yes.
tearing down my door, not paying for it, not being apologetic, me being a sport, doing something peaceful
$400.
to raise the money to pay for their damages, me having the right of the freedom of speech as an American to talk to my family, friends, and fans about what the sheriffs did to my home. Yes, I had the right to my freedom of speech. After they left, I had the right to kick the can and to do what I had to do to repair the damage they brought to my house. Yes, I did.
That includes the right to post the videos that you've just been posting up until Friday and beyond, right?
Yes, I have freedom of speech. I'm a rapper. I entertain. I write fiction, comedy. Yes, I mean I entertain for a living like you practice law for a living. So I have to go to work.
The
I wish I could have
the
that,
deputies
bro.
left a warrant return at your house, didn't they?
I think they left something with my ex-wife. I'm not sure.
Well, you saw, as soon as the search was over, as soon as you got home, you saw a document that showed exactly how much cash had been taken from the house, correct?
I know I got paid $5,000 for the show that suit was in. I forgot that money was in that suit. But, I heard, I don't know what piece of paper I heard. I knew they took some money. I just knew they took some money. I knew it was 4,000-ish. I knew they took some money and they seized some money and some.
Wow. Okay, so he just said he made $5,000 for the last show that he did.
Now, this is where we see Afroman really get on these guys, because this was the crazy part. Because I was watching this, yesterday and this morning. I'm like, damn, Afroman.
You're breaking up a little bit, but so he said he made 5,000 for the last show that he did. I was watching an interview with Snoop Dogg not too long ago, and he said every once in a while somebody comes into town and they want me to make an appearance at their show, and he says he'll do it, but he charges $250,000 when he does just even a cameo. So he's definitely on the lower income scale of the rapper.
True.
How's your mic? Yeah. And then so earlier I was gonna ask you, did you see the Lick 'em Low Lisa video?
I saw parts of it, and during her testimony on the first day, something about her on the stand crying just didn't seem right. It seemed forced.
Yeah.
Because that track's been out for how long?
The song's been out since Friday. He just released it.
Okay, so I'm thinking of a different track then.
So he's got I think there's 3 or 4. So the original one was Can You Help Me Repair My Door?
Yeah, and Lemon Pound Cake.
And Lemon Pound Cake. So he released Lick 'em Low Lisa the Friday, the eve before court, which is and if you watch the video, it's a little intense, right? So
It is intense from what I saw, but the way she was crying, it seemed like she was forcing a lot of the emotion. Because like I've seen a lot of people cry in court cases. I've seen a lot of people cry in real life. And this just seemed a little too forced. Like she was playing it up more for the jury pool.
She could have. I mean, it looked fairly legit to me. But basically, Afroman he's saying that you guys came to my house, you broke my stuff, you took some of my money. I mean, eventually we know he got it back. I don't have any discourse. I don't have any way to be made whole, right? There's no criminal action I can take against the police. According to the countersuit that I tried to file that was dismissed immediately, I don't have a civil recourse either. So the best and only thing I could do is do what I'd normally do anyway and use this against you guys. So, I mean, the only reason I mentioned the Lickum La Lisa is because I don't know. It was a little different than the rest of the content, but
I get it because I I saw on Sunday when he dropped the battle hymn of Afroman, and that one was just crazy because that had the clips from the other videos, and even the lawyer that hangs around with what's his name, Azul Azid, the guy's been covering Johnny Somali, the lawyer. He covered that
no.
song. Like, I think it's like
Oh,
legal fiction, legal mind fiction, something like that. There's two of them on YouTube.
oh, I think I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, he covered it, and I was watching that this morning, and he was covering like like what's defamation, which is
There it
which.
is.
Yeah, but I think like some of the performances, I shouldn't say performances, but some of the testimony we've seen seem kind of performative from some of the people. Like, I know some of the stuff I watched this afternoon and this morning was like real sus, but hey,
Yeah, yeah. And the men aren't doing that good of a job. I think they're trying to act into it by saying, "Yeah, it hurt my reputation. I'm devastated."
you've been a
But with
cop, you've been a cop for like what, 14 years, and you've been called a lot worse. It's just this person has a bigger platform to address his government for what happened. You know, because
yeah,
like like they said, okay, yeah, there was no evidence of the stuff that we were supposed to be finding here, and we're not going to compensate you for the damages we caused to your property,
yeah,
the mental harm we did to your children, the undue stress to your family. We don't have to do anything about that.
right. And they, and if they have a valid warrant, they don't ever fix that kind of thing. It's just the rest of us don't have the same, way to address on a social media scale or just public in general. But I don't know. I don't know. So clearly you're leaning toward Afro Man as far as being favored, but do you think he's gonna win this case?
It's hard to say with the way this judge has been, because some of the stuff that the plaintiffs have been trying to pull with their lawyer, like on day one when they were trying to get the deposition, or I think that actually happens in this one. Yeah, it happens in this. That they're going to do something with the deposition that makes you question, like, well, why are you trying to do it this way when it it's very uh it's more damning for the defense, and it doesn't do anything but bolster sympathy to you. That's not even a legal move that you wouldn't do in a regular trial.
Yeah.
But I honestly think this is him using his First Amendment rights. This is hurt feelings that they saw that it was growing in popularity, and they're now saying, "Oh, well, we want money from this."
Yeah, and another reason for mentioning the Lickum Lolisa is because I think he's gonna lose this.
I think he might, but I think his best bet would be appealing it to a higher court.
Yeah, absolutely. Because I think in the eyes of the jury, based on the way that they have to present this case, I think he's going to lose. I think he's going to lose to a jury. I mean, the defense attorney could have done a great job, or I should say, yeah, he could have done a great job picking the jury. I just think he's going to lose, but I don't. I think his place to win it was either pretrial or it's going to be in the appellate court because at least in those arenas, they can argue law and the First Amendment, which they can't here.
I think they could argue First Amendment here, but I think the main issue that they're going to have is trying to get that across that this is freedom of speech.
Yeah.
And I'll be honest, Ohio is a very conservative state. It's a very pro law enforcement state, but there have been so many things that have happened in the past that make people question it, that he might have a chance to win. I think he might. I don't know how many not motions claims they have against him, but I think he might. If it's like multiple claims, I think he might win some but lose some. But if it's just one, I think he might win. It's a small chance. I would say probably like a 45% chance, 50%. I wouldn't say 50, but like a 45 on the high end. So his best bet would be appealing it.
Yeah, so they're suing for $400,000. So it's basically $100,000 for each one of the plaintiffs. The jury can choose to award $0. They could choose to award $400,000, and they could choose to award anywhere in between. But they could also exceed it too.
Yeah,
and they'll cover that in closing arguments. And that's kind of why I was talking. I'll get to it when they do closing arguments, but they could totally say, hey, we'll pay this guy $1, we'll pay this guy $1, we'll pay this guy $1, and we'll pay her $100,000. And so I guess I'll just throw my future question out there. Let's say that it happens that way exactly, and if they filed the claim together, does that mean they have to split it, even though we know that most of the money is being intended for one person? But
I don't know. I mean, a lot of that's probably going to go to legal fees, but I do think it's very odd that they disconnected the camera system.
Right, that's super weird. And then as far as legal fees go, if they win money in this court case, they could probably file for legal fees, I believe. But I don't know. Again, I need to get one of those freaking lawyers out here. But I think they might be entitled to legal fees if they win any money on this. The plaintiff. I could be wrong. I'm probably wrong.
I mean, the one thing that not the guy who came to the audit, but the guy before him. Why didn't you just take it with you? Take the recording drive with you, and then apply for a warrant to access the footage?
Yeah, well, I got a feeling it was probably included, but technology is a little different. So you're probably right.
Because I'm sub to the to Angry Cops and the Unsub podcast with Donut and all of them. And he was talking about a case he was working where he got the warrant for the phone, but he got the warrant for the phone to take the phone, but he didn't get the warrant to access it. So even if their warrant said they can take the drive or just take the drive with them, they could still apply for the warrant to access the footage, which leaving it there just seems like that just gives them a chance to just delete everything.
Right. And it's kind of dumb, right? If you're gonna execute a search warrant, you might as well execute a search warrant. But
especially because you could claim circumstances to take it that's not on the warrant, because you're saying, well, we didn't know there was the surveillance footage, and this could show him bringing in the supposed victims of the human trafficking. This could show evidence of the narcotics trafficking.
You know what? Loretta makes a great point. What if the cops won and out of good faith they went to go repair the gate? Now, I'm pretty sure the gate's been repaired.
Oh yeah, it's already been repaired.
I like the idea. I like the idea.
What if he pays?
Help their community.
What if he pays them in just free concert tickets for life?
Yeah, if he's getting $5,000 per show, it's not gonna be worth a lot. But all right, let's hear this one play out, and we'll circle back to everything.
Weed and some I don't know what else, just minor stuff.
You knew how much money was in that pocket when you came home and saw the warrant return, didn't you?
It was $5,000 from back when I did that show. I remember it was $5,000. But anyway,
So is it your testimony that they actually took $5,000 instead of
no, I just know.
$4,390?
I know when I did that show, it was with Snoop Dogg and Wiz Khalifa at Red Rocks in Denver.
Denver. By the way, if you guys have never been to Red Rocks, it's worth a trip to Colorado just to see a show at Red Rocks. It's awesome.
Balance of that show for me, they sent in a deposit, but the balance was $5,000. I put the $5,000 in my coat pocket. I got drunk, I got high, and I forgot to get that money, and I hung that suit back up, and that's where they got that money from.
So it was $5,000 they got?
Yes, it was $5,000 that was in my suit when I got paid in Red Rocks. Now, after all of this stuff, you know, whatever, it's I don't really know the complete number. It's 46, it's 430.
I guarantee everybody got high at that show.
But all I know is I got paid $5,000 at the Red Rocks with Snoop Dogg and Wiz Khalifa when I played the Red Rocks in Denver.
And you got $4,000 returned, right?
I don't know the exact amount.
Well, you were there with the news when you got it.
Right, and the lady at the sheriff's station admitted that the sheriff's was short.
Yeah, and that's how they
You can
figured
go
out
watch
the
the
$400.
19 News.
You knew when you saw the warrant returned, didn't you, that the amount that they were saying was taken was actually more money than was in that suit pocket?
I didn't warrant.
That's why you brought the news to the sheriff's office when you got the money back, because you knew that they had miscounted the money and the number on the evidence bag was actually more money.
I didn't know nothing. The lady at the sheriff department just volunteered the information. I was sitting there, you know, if she had been, I might not even known I got ripped off. She admitted it live on Channel 19 News that the money wasn't right.
You remember in your deposition when I asked you, why did you bring the news when you
This is what I was talking about the deposition.
Yeah, I didn't want to get beat up or Epstein
Yeah, it'd be fun to find those depositions.
at the sheriff's station after I seen them running around my house with AR-15s. So that's why I brought the news and my attorney. So to make sure I got out of that place with my money.
You brought the news to protect you physically.
Yeah.
Yeah. You didn't bring the news because you already knew there was a miscount and you were going to make.
I didn't know nothing about the
out
discount. I didn't know. I figured they stole my money. They turned my cameras off. So if you turn my cameras off, you must got something bad in mind. So yeah, I'm accusing them of it. You know, they turned my cameras off. I can't see what they're doing.
So your testimony under oath here today to these 10 jurors is that you brought the news when you picked up your money to protect you physically from being beat up or shot by the sheriffs, right?
Yes.
Right? All right.
And they volunteered the information that the money wasn't right. That's just an extra something we found out. But I came with my attorney and the news to make sure the people running around my house with guns didn't take me into jail and do something.
I can get that.
You had a safe in your home, correct?
Two
Yeah.
of them.
2 safes. Did the sheriffs look into those safes to your knowledge?
Yes, they
The
did.
deputies?
Yes.
And how did they get the combination?
I gave it to my ex-wife so the sheriffs would
1, 2,
pull
3,
my
4.
safe out the floor, take it to the station and put something in it and try to say that whatever they put in my safe was mine. So I went ahead and gave my ex-wife, who I didn't want to give my combination to, it was just safer. I went ahead and gave her my combination so they could open up the safe and
Now, I saw
realize
that
they
footage
just
from
vandalized
a
somebody
news
that don't
report
even have nothing.
Which one?
of the wife opening up the safes for them.
Oh, I haven't seen that one.
I think it's on News 9.
Okay, I have News 9 pulled up right now, actually, which is kind of a weird coincidence. Mainly just because that's where I have the money counting video. It's like WCP09.
Yeah, that they did a story on it where they show the body cam footage of the wife opening the safe and then going through it.
Huh. Isn't it the ex-wife? Right? Or is it a current wife? Yeah, no. I always seem to lose you.
Nothing in the safe.
Oh yeah. Okay. So, but why would you give your ex the freaking? I mean, you got to change the code on your safes when you get divorced.
And do you know what was in those safes?
It was absolutely nothing in the safes.
Don't you keep jewelry in those safes?
No,
Didn't you
because
tell me that in your deposition that you keep jewelry in those safes?
I do.
Was anything missing from the safes when you got home after the search?
I didn't put nothing in the safes.
Was anything missing from the safes when you got home?
Nothing was in them, so nothing was missing from the safe.
Because I was trying to change the lock because I knew my
You
ex-wife
talked
had
to
the
Randy Walters on the phone before you got home that evening
code.
during the search, or right afterwards, didn't you?
Yes, sir.
He told you that they were taking some money and some vape pens and a small amount of marijuana. He told you that.
Yes, sir.
You knew, didn't you, Mr. Foreman, that there had been an investigation by the Claremont County Sheriff's Office into the discrepancy about the cash that was missing from your home, correct? You knew there was an investigation.
Yeah, I knew the sheriffs was investigating themselves.
Oh, that's how you saw it.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And did you ever ask for a report so you could see how bad this investigation of themselves really was?
Yes, I was trying to get involved any way I can. The investigation was going on without any of my participation.
Did you ask for a copy of the report?
I did. I asked for everything. I was trying to be involved. I didn't.
So you've seen the report?
No, I have not.
Okay.
I just saw it a few minutes ago.
Well, you had an attorney when you got the cash returned, correct?
At the station,
Yes.
I had attorney. Yeah, my attorney was present.
Did
when
your
I got my
attorney ask
cash.
for a copy of this report?
It wasn't in it. When I got my cash back from the station, it wasn't an investigation until we realized money was missing.
Well, did you contact your attorney and say, hey, get me a copy of that report?
Your Honor, I'm going to object. While Mr. Klingler wants to talk about his client's attorney-client privilege and maybe waive it, Mr. Foreman does have attorney-client privilege with his attorney at that time. And we are going to assert that privilege because it's a privilege he has of right.
And so far, he hasn't asked anything privileged. So I appreciate the sensitivity, overrule the objection, and we'll pay attention. Go ahead.
Thank you, Judge. Your testimony is
I don't like that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it was privileged, but I still think the objection should have been sustained because they're headed in that direction. But yeah, I think that I don't know. I think there's bias, but
Oh no, there's been definite bias shown because I've seen some stuff, and you're going to see it in this part too, where it's a reasonable, sustainable objection for the defense, but he just overrules it,
mhm.
and you see it. You're like, why did you do that? That's highly unusual.
Yeah, and his main objection for the first 2 or 3 days of the trial was based on this slap law that I don't understand, and I'm really trying to get a handle on. But I think it has something to do with protecting the additional content that he has put out since this.
Yeah, well, the law here in Ohio's changed, and that's what he's going off of, because he's trying to apply the new anti-slap law for the new stuff. Like the
Right.
law changed in 2025, so this stuff should be covered under it. The new song should be covered and protected under it.
Right, especially the Lisa video that was produced Friday. But the judge has overruled those objections. So it feels like there's bias, but we'll see how it plays out, I guess.
you never saw a copy of Detective Robinson's report until today.
Yes, sir.
And that's because you didn't want to see a copy of the
I
investigation.
did want to see. You don't know what I want. I did want to see it.
You did.
I wanted it. I wanted everything that had something.
He's gonna
to do
make
with
a
my
video
money
about the
coming
That was
lawyer.
3.5 years
Oh,
ago.
yeah.
Correct? And you haven't seen a copy of that report that you wanted to see until this afternoon. Is that right?
That's right. I never had my money taken by cops. I didn't know how this go. I don't know about reports. All I know is live on Fox 19 News, the lady admits that her department is short $400 of my money. That's all I know. I don't know how to investigate police officers taking money.
That's all you know, and that's all you know today, isn't it? That's the whole
That-
basis
that's-
of your claim that your money.
That's highly
Badgering?
aggressive coming. Yeah.
Yeah, badgering.
I say it's a step beyond badgering. I think it's trying to provoke the witness. Like you're
Yeah, I
trying
mean-
to provoke a confrontation.
Let's see
Like,
if we get an yeah. Let's see if we get an objection.
Was stolen is that the amount of money that was in the bags is different
Come on.
from the amount of money that was written on the bag.
Yeah, my whole thing is they never should have raided me in the first place.
That's your whole thing.
That's my whole thing.
That's the point,
That's my whole
isn't
thing.
it?
If they never would have showed up, there would be no songs about them. I wouldn't know who they are. Their faces would not be on my video cameras. None of this. We wouldn't be in this room right now if they hadn't have raided my house and didn't press no charges, didn't even know what they was doing. This whole thing is their fault, and they're suing me for their mistake.
And so you don't really care if they stole your money or not. You're just mad
I
about
do
what
care
they
about
did.
if they stole one.
But
Police officers shouldn't be stealing the civilians' money. So I do care. All of it is an outrage. This whole thing is an outrage.
You have no evidence that they took your money except for the amount on the bag isn't the same as the amount.
How about the
got
lady
returned.
admitting that she took?
Did you answer my?
She admitted that she took my money on live Fox 19 News. Go argue with the film clip.
No.
Go argue with her admitting that she took my money.
Nobody admitted that they took your money.
Well, whatever. Go look at her admitting that the bag is short
Mr.
because it
Foreman.
stayed open all weekend long or 2 weeks after Brian and Officer Cooley just left it and just mishandled it and didn't do right.
Just so we're honest with the jury here, Mr. Foreman.
Ooh.
Nobody
see right here.
that they took
This
your
is what
money,
I've been talking
did they?
about.
They admitted it was short.
Yes.
So
Nobody
it looked like
admitted
somebody
that they
took it.
took your money.
No, they actually did admit. So after the raid, they just had a whole freaking testimony on this. They reported that there was $1,000 taken from the house, and then when he got the money back, there was 600, and that created this whole previous testimony, which the other guy's saying it was just miscounted, and that's why the number is different than the amount in the bag. But
See, this is where this, if the surveillance footage wouldn't have been cut off, this could have been easily to prove, disprove the claims. Like, you got your footage, we've got the body cam footage showing that the money's not being miscounted. Or if it's being miscounted, we've got the proof to show that nobody took it. But then there was the
Right.
issues with the body cams malfunctioning going to the evidence room.
yeah. And then there's $20,000 in property damage, which they're not talking about, but I'm sure they'll either get to it or at least acknowledge it. But it's more than just $400. It's the totality of the circumstances.
I just think it's odd that they filed the lawsuit before even putting out a cease and desist. After the first two songs, will you repair my door, and Lemon Pound Cake started taking off.
Yeah, I thought they did serve a cease and desist. I thought they served multiple cease and desist, but I could be wrong.
No. From what got me started with it was I saw a news clip of Afroman talking about how they're suing him without the cease and desist. They just filed the lawsuit for defamation and for using their likeness on merch. and the song.
And the merch is great. Again, if you missed the merch, most of it's on day 1 of the trial, and some of it at the very beginning of day 2. All right. Oh.
Correct.
It was short. She admitted, she said that it was short.
I mean, it would have been the smart thing to do,
usually
Loretta.
$25, $2 missing. How does $400 even come up missing? Odd.
Who needs pennies anyway?
You posted videos about
I think this
Brian
also
Newland
opens
doing
up the
hard
Adams
drugs
County Sheriff's
and
Office for
snitching on his friend.
multiple lawsuits and reinvestigations
Posted those
of
based on
cases,
rumor.
because if they're saying in this one that the bag that had his money in it was left unsealed, evidence could have been tampered with. Is this a
Yeah.
regular practice?
Yeah. I mean, I think that the response to that was the officer saying, well, it might have been unsealed, but it was with me the whole time. But I'm sure there's going to be a lot of follow up on this one in a bunch of different directions, I'm sure, especially if people are considering this to set precedents for a variety of reasons.
Rumors, didn't you? We can look at your
Maybe Hunter
deposition.
and Joe's going to go after him next.
Who?
Hunter Biden and Joe Biden, because he did a song called "Because Hunter Got High."
Oh yeah, and they're not going to do that, but
this could set the precedent for them to do so. Though that's the thing.
It could set the precedent for a lot of people suing a lot of people for. I mean, you and I could get sued for playing body cam of anybody. You know, it's not the same circumstance, but it's similar.
And it's something the New Yorker brought up a couple weeks ago. They're like, channels that are exploiting body cam footage of young girls getting arrested. Well, you can't help what the body cam channels put out. And a majority of the body cam stuff, not drunk girls. It's mostly sovereign citizens and people getting arrested for DUIs. It doesn't matter what their gender is.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that's a topic for a whole different day. But yeah, I mean, oh man. It probably won't, and I think, the reason I think it won't set precedents if Afroman loses this is just because of all the extra stuff that he's done since the original lawsuit was filed, like all the extra Facebook posts and the Lickum Linda video. But it could
argue with me, but isn't that a fact that you made those allegations based on rumors you said you heard?
It's a fact. William Newland is a convicted pedophile, and Brian Newland is his brother. After I zeroed in on Brian, I asked about him. Come to find out, he's a large statutory rapist that has sex with all kind of underage girls. He buys them beers and gets them drunk and all kind. That's probably the reason he had to leave the Adams County Sheriff Department, because he beats up his wife and he messed with underage girls, and he had to get out of town and go get a job in Norwood.
All right. You don't want to answer my question.
I do. Please ask another one.
Well, let me ask this one again so I can get an answer. Do you remember in your deposition when I asked you, you have no reason to think these rumors about Brian Newland are true, do you? And you said, well, it's more entertaining if it's true, and I can make some money. Do you remember that?
No, I don't. That's however long that deposition was. You can read the deposition and it tells you what I said.
Do we have a copy, another copy of that? Because I'll show it to you, and I can show you my copy. Refresh your recollection.
You're going to refresh his recollection.
I know refresh your recollection is more proper, but
Thank you, Judge.
you know,
Get it working here.
throw in some synonyms every
Right.
once in a while.
Right here.
Using the screen to refresh his recollection, that's publishing it to the jury. If he wants to refresh his recollection, he can show him it and then ask him a question, much how we would do in criminal law with a police report. If an officer didn't remember, we wouldn't show the report, we would show it to the officer. He would refresh his memory by reading it, and then we'd re-ask the question.
Do it that way, just make sure you think he reads it right. I'm just trying to get through the verbiage. Just make sure you think he reads it right, otherwise I have to wrestle with you about whether he read it right.
Sure.
So just read it. And then if we want to move it as an exhibit, you can do that.
Remember your deposition being taken, Mr. Foreman?
Oh,
in
yeah.
Your attorney's office.
See, that would have tampered.
on-
That would have tampered with the jury pool right there. I mean, because think about it. If you would have done this, if this was a criminal case, and they won't do that for a police report, which is a public
Mhm.
record,
Mm-hmm.
because they know that is, harmful towards the jury. Why try to do it now with the depositions?
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see some other cases with the same judge to see if he has the same kind of approach. I mean, it seems like he's trying to come across as being a little bit more relaxed, so the facts will come out. But the Afroman's attorney is all over him for procedure and actual law. I don't know, but yeah, it makes it seem very biased. Absolutely.
September 3rd, 2024.
I remember the deposition.
And that deposition was taken in DJ Osborne's office?
Yes, sir.
You just said I didn't remember it. It's 3 years ago.
That's the same office that you used to film that video that we saw last night with the actor playing Lieutenant Lisa Phillips, and that actor was sitting in the same chair that Lisa Phillips sat in during her deposition, wasn't she?
Yeah, the actor played Lisa.
Again,
Because I wouldn't have known it.
it just seems like they're grasping at straws for anything.
That's the office we're talking about, and that's the
It's
office
hilarious,
where I took your
though.
deposition, right?
Yes, sir.
And in that deposition, I'm referring to page 84 of the deposition. I had asked you about,
Object, he's testifying.
No, he's using the deposition to refresh his memory.
I do like Afro's lawyer. He is on it.
did I ask
Yeah.
you this
He's
question?
got a great
and did you
record,
give me
too.
these answers, Mr. Foreman? Question, would it be fair to say these are rumors? Answer, Stephanie said it, and some other people that don't remember, I'd be in a hurry in Walmart or something, they shake my hand, yeah, Brian used to do this, used to do that. Then something, I didn't know him, but this is what I've heard. Question, you don't have any particular reason to think that it's true or not true, right? Answer, well, it's more entertaining if it is true, and I could probably make some money and capitalize on it if it's true.
What are the line numbers?
Starting with line 7 and ending with line 21. Did I ask you those questions and you give me those answers?
I don't remember. That was a long time ago. But
But that's my question.
I've always
Thank you.
put Brian Newland next to his brother. So that's
Yeah.
my basis, and I've always
We noticed that.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
your
so-
attorney's going to be able to ask you whatever questions he wants. Right now, I'd like you to focus on my questions, Mr. Foreman.
Maybe if you would stop badgering him, he might be able to answer a question.
Yeah, I
You
just don't know why
have
his own attorney's
No
not
evidence that Brian Newland ever molested little boys, do you?
objecting.
If you look at the picture, he's holding the little boy butt. It's too much for me. So if you just use your eyeballs, and then his brother's a convicted pedophile.
That's your evidence for posting that
Well,
pedophile stuff
Hey,
about
I'm just
little
trying to
boys.
figure out. I'm trying to figure out what kind of guy is kicking on my door. What kind of guy is walking around my house reading my bank statements? It's a dude. It's a dude that's possibly a pedophile, got a convicted pedophile brother, deputized by the sheriff, walking around, possibly stealing my money. I'm just trying to figure out what's going on as I zoom in with my cameras. That's not the type of guy I don't think should be on the police force.
I'm going to refer you again to your deposition. If you don't trust my reading of it, I'm happy to give it to you, Mr. Foreman. But on page 98
Why not give him a copy
your
of it?
deposition on that same day,
Yeah.
beginning at 9/11, did I ask you this question and did you give me this answer? And again, the only evidence, you don't have any evidence
I know
that
why.
Brian Newland is a pedophile or plays with little boys. Answer, no, sir. Did I ask you that question? Did you give me that answer?
I don't remember.
What are the line numbers?
Beginning with line 11, ending with line 14 on page 98.
It
You
was.
have no evidence
That's
that
part of the
Lisa
reason
Phillips
why.
stole your money, do you?
I know if she hadn't raided my house, we wouldn't be having this conversation. Nor a lawsuit or nothing. They never should have been at my house.
Since you're not going to answer my question, I'm going to go back to your deposition again, Mr. Foreman, page 102.
Your Honor, if I may, can I just enter a continuing objection so I don't have to object every time he does the deposition?
No, it's too important, so please be specific. Thank you.
So I would enter a notation of objection at this point. He is now testifying for the witness. He is no longer refreshing his recollection.
I'll be sensitive
If
to
he
that.
ever was.
If it was rephrased, I'll sustain that. You made the conclusion you didn't have memory, so you've got to go back and fix that.
All right, Judge, I will. Thank you. Do you remember
They play
telling
golf
me in
together.
your deposition, Mr.
Oh, yeah.
Foreman, that you don't have any evidence that Lisa Phillips stole your money?
Yeah, I she cut off the cameras, but I didn't know who took them. I didn't know who took them. So, for as all the officers was a suspect in the at first, because I didn't know where. After the deposition, I realized that Brian Newland was in charge of the money, and I knew where to focus everything. But at first, all the cops was a suspect, especially after they cut off my cameras, and I couldn't see what they were doing.
Well, I thought this lady here was the recorder, but she's definitely not taking notes.
I think she's the clerk.
The clerk. Okay, and then I know the person on the opposite side is the bailiff. So if that helps.
All right, well, so you don't remember? Is that what you're telling me?
I
I think
remember
she's
telling
talking
you
about maybe
that
a
Lisa,
plaintiff's
probably
table.
didn't take my money.
Catty corner from the. Yeah. Yeah. Well, because I know the bailiff is kind of right off of the plaintiff's attorney's right shoulder, where that area is, and then next to him would be the. Yeah, I think that's where they had that.
I
Big
think
guy
it might
the
be
other day.
yeah, at the if it's at the plaintiff's table, I think it might be the. It could be reporters if it's in the pews.
Yeah,
But-
let's
I
see
just
if it
didn't know. I
pans.
just knew it was missing, and they cut off my cameras, so all of them were suspects until I figured it out.
So until you figured it out.
Until everybody figured it out.
I
until
know
it was
the
solved
bailiff
of
was there
where the missing
yesterday,
money
but
was.
they could move around.
All
He's
right,
wearing a
so
green
just to
suit.
clear this up and move on, you admit that you don't have any evidence that Lisa Phillips stole your money?
No. But I know if she wasn't there in the first place, we wouldn't be having this conversation or be here.
Mhm.
And is it true that one of your big motivation,
Probably.
really, in making all of these posts is to make money?
To pay for the damage that they brought to my house under the circumstance that they shouldn't have even been there in the first place.
Okay. So the answer to my question is yes, your motivation was to make money.
To pay for the damages that they brought to my house under the circumstances that they shouldn't have been there in the first place.
Good
Have
answer.
you made enough yet to make up for it?
Nope. The answer is no.
Not really. You know.
How much have you made on it?
I don't know exactly, but it wasn't hardly $24,000.
$24,000.
It wasn't that. It wasn't that.
You're still making money on today, right, with the new posts and advertisements and things?
It's
you get?
publicity.
You're still selling merchandise, aren't you?
No, publicity. Just me. Just everybody. Thanks to them bringing publicity to this, it's just an opportunity to run numbers up and be an entertainer.
And the more lies, outrageous lies you tell about them, the more
Afroman
money
is
you
back.
can make, right?
Fact, they never should have came to my house in the first place. Fact, if they hadn't have came to my house, they wouldn't have put themselves on the video camera and in my music career. All of this is their fact. All of this is their fault, and they have the audacity to sue me. These people and you are the predators and the victim at the same time.
So what they did, searching your house, gave you the right to do everything you
Under
done.
the circumstance that I got freedom of speech, after they run around my house with guns and kick down my door, I got the right to kick a can in my backyard, use my freedom of speech, turn my bad times into a good time. Yes, I do. And I think I'm a sport for doing so, because I don't go to their house, kick down their doors, flip them off on their surveillance cameras, then try to play the victim and sue them.
You were at Lisa Phillips's deposition, correct?
Yes, sir.
In your lawyer's office.
Yes, sir.
Same office where you filmed part of that video last Friday.
Yes, sir.
And you saw how upset she was when she was answering your lawyer's questions about how this had affected her, right?
Yes, yes,
And you saw your attorney say, do we need to take a break?
yes,
And you saw her say, no, let's go on and get this over with.
yes, sir.
You saw all that.
Yes.
You knew she was upset.
Just like she knew I was upset when she was standing in front of my kids with an AR-15 with her hand around the trigger ready to shoot me. Just like she knew I was upset when she cut my cameras. But I'm not a person, she is. So I'm sorry for being a victim. Let's talk about the predators.
Okay. So you saw all that. You saw how upset she was. You heard the testimony about her children. You heard the testimony at the depositions about Randy Newland's daughter who came home upset. You heard all that. But you're still posting stuff about
Yeah,
it.
because I understand it was Randy's fault and all of their fault for coming in my house in the first place. So if they hadn't came to my house, their children wouldn't be saying nothing. None of this would be going home if they did their research and did things right. So all of this is their fault. And now they want to sue me for their mistake.
He's got a point.
Yeah.
Is there anything that could change your mind about what you're doing to these deputies?
Is there anything that can change my mind about the fact that they shouldn't have been at my house in the first place? Is there anything that can change my mind about how my money shouldn't have been touched in the first place? No.
That's all the questions I have. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Well, and also in fairness, the first video, which I don't know if it was lemon pound cake or will you help me fix my door?
Let's help fix my door.
That's what I thought. If they came to help him fix his door, I had a feeling that might have stopped it.
Well, they laughed in his face about it. That's the thing that pissed him off.
Yeah.
If it like he even said if they wouldn't have laughed in his face about it, you know, he flat out said if they would have just talked to him, like he said, we really can't, we're really not responsible. We have, you know, immunities over this. You know, talk to the sheriff. Maybe we can do a reimbursement or help cover some of the costs. But they laughed and said we don't have to, and that's what set him off. I mean,
yeah.
Granted, they don't have to on a lot of criminal cases, like when they do raids on houses. You know, they don't have to, you know, repair damages if they actually have a conviction or an actual case. But there's no evidence to prove what they were looking for there.
Right. And so, and legally they don't have to, according to everything that we know relative to a no-knock warrant or, you know, just that type of warrant in general. They don't have to. But if you want an answer to the question, what could have stopped this, that could have been one of the solutions. Then again, if they went to fix the door for Afroman's house, then if they've kicked in any other doors in the community, guarantee that they would be asking for the same. So,
like he asked them, "Could you just help me reinforce it so I can get it fixed?" And they laughed at him. I mean, but something else is they're blaming Afroman for all these things. Well, what if it was somebody else and not Afroman? What if it was like some other high controversial incident?
Yeah.
Would they still go after the people criticizing them at that point?
Yeah. Imagine if it was like, just take, go with like an extreme example. Yeah.
a wrongful shooting, a bad shooting.
Well,
Let's
I
go with
didn't-
that extreme example.
Well, I was going to go with an extreme person as an example, not a scenario. But yeah, if it was one of those cases, would they go after him? Hopefully, they have enough discretion not to do that.
But let's say it's somebody else. It's a wrongful arrest.
Yeah, let's say it's like somebody with resources, like freaking Bill Gates.
Okay.
You know, they're not going to go. You know, and Bill Gates decides to rap about it. That's a stupid example. I'm sorry.
But no, let's just say like it's a bad arrest, right?
Yeah.
And that person starts criticizing them on social media.
Mm-hmm.
Just he may not be making rap songs, but he's criticizing and making posts, making Facebook groups or groups on Snapchat or stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah, they don't sue him. And we see people like that all the time on Lacklusters. I know you watch Lackluster. Yeah. All right, there's like 4 or 5 minutes left in this one. Let's knock it out, and then I think I'll pause the rest until maybe later, and then we'll talk about it in between.
I'm sorry, Mr. Osborne. Do you want to continue the direct examination of your client now?
Your Honor, I was going to actually ask for a sidebar so we can talk about that.
Okay, so let's just talk about it.
Okay, so I was actually going to not do cross with Mr. Foreman this time. I was going to hold off until our case in chief.
Oh yeah, yeah, I forgot.
So do you want to do your direct examination on your case in chief right now?
Not right now.
Like the pogo stick of witnesses up and down is what I was talking about. If he testifies on his own direct case, it could be now or it could be later. I just gave the lawyer a chance to do it now or later. He said later. So you'll likely see Mr. Foreman again. This was an examination on the plaintiff's case. You get a chance to hear his testimony on his case. There's your explanation. Thanks, Mr. Foreman. You can stand up.
Plaintiffs rest subject to the admission of all our exhibits, Judge.
Okay, thank you. We'll deal with the exhibits on a break. Who do you have?
I have no one ready. All my people were subpoenaed to be ready tomorrow. I will have to call them to get them here in the morning.
Uh-oh. You know he wants to go home.
Don't research. Don't think. Don't talk. Ruminate in your own mind, maybe, but it can't be any farther than that. The admonition we talked about previously about.
Okay. All right, let's answer Leslie's question. Oh, that's the since there's so many plaintiffs, those are the plaintiffs right there. Purple shirt was one of the plaintiffs. There's sorry. Oh my god. Yeah, those are all the the guy with the black shirt on the left side, purple shirt, that's Lickum Lisa, and then blue shirt and blue shirt. 1, 2, there's 5 of them. See, I thought there were 7 of them. There's 7.
I think there is 7. Hold on. 'Cause that might, right there next to the paralegal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
There's 7. Yeah. So when I originally started, I said there's 7 plaintiffs, but then when I was watching closing today, they kept talking about 4. I wonder if they just got rid of the crappy ones. But yeah, those are all of the plaintiffs' attorneys, clients, aka the plaintiffs, sitting at that table. And then the guy in the green suit, he is the bailiff on the far left, on the back left shoulder of the plaintiff's attorney. Leslie's pointing at her screen. Yep, Pound Cake is there. Lickum Low Lisa is there. Colonel, what's the Colonel Jabawai? I forgot what the other dude's name is. Oh man.
I just think it's funny that when he did when he went in for the raid, Pound Cake was just like, hold on, what's that? Is that a homemade glaze?
Yeah, and he keeps looking back at it.
Also, he went in the fridge.
Beetle, yeah, that's one of them. Beetle Bailey. Oh, here we go. Pound Cake, Lickum, Lisa, King Kong Bundy. I don't know. I have to go back and look at the other nicknames. All the best ones are definitely on day one. Day one was.
I thought
amazing.
Brian's testimony was. I thought it was weak for the plaintiffs.
Which one was Brian?
Brian was the one that we saw in the suit. He was the first one they called to the stand on day one.
Oh, okay. So I thought I didn't think his was the worst. Sorry, let me get the plaintiffs.
No, not the worst. I think the weakest.
The weakest.
Yeah.
I mean, and he's one of them that Afroman went after the most. So I think he went after Brian and Lisa the most. But I think these guys at the end of the table in the purple shirt and the black shirt. Actually, I thought all of them were pretty weak. One of them was Quasimodo. Shit, which one was Quasimodo? He's one of the blue shirt guys. Oh, I know which one was Quasimodo. It's the one that we can't really see too well. I thought, okay, so black shirt, I didn't think is going to do a lot in favor of the plaintiff. Purple shirt, same thing. If they only awarded money to one person, in my mind, it would go to Lisa.
I would agree with that. And I think when it comes to Pound Cake, he really doesn't have a leg to stand on.
No,
I mean,
no.
Looking at the footage, he kind of brought it upon himself.
Yeah, and then there's that one guy that was like, the defense attorney was like, well, what did he say to offend you personally? And his answer was basically, well, he offended the department. So hopefully the jurors, if they favor inside of the plaintiff, hopefully they're smart enough to at least throw that one completely out. This one's. I've seen a lot of court cases. I just have not seen one like this before.
I mean, looking at this one, like I remember the Gerald Brooks. I remember the Heard Depp trial.
Mm-hmm.
And that one was almost as crazy as this one because of Heard's legal team just being
awful.
I don't know if I'm allowed to swear here, but they were just dog shit.
Yeah, awful.
Try not to swear on the channel, man. But
no, it's okay. I do it all the time. I try to be careful, but yeah, no, yeah, it's all good with me as long as it's not the first or last 2 minutes.
But yeah, I mean, the classic mega pint and did I read that correctly? Yeah, you read that very well. I think this is almost like, I think this would be in the worst defamation suits that we've seen in the last few years. This is like up there.
Because of the videos and the social media posts and the t-shirts.
But again, they're public figures, so you would think that they're going to have to take a little more ridicule.
Yep. And I know that you're not a auditor fan. They've kind of paved the way for a lot of these being questionable versus automatically against them.
And
which I hate to favor the auditors in general, but
like there's some I agree with, and there's some I don't. Like I agree with the Patul side. I love how he does it, because he doesn't throw himself into the interactions when he gets it, like when he's doing cop watching and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And Ironton auditor, he's a friend of mine. He's an actual auditor and cop watcher in Ironton, Ohio.
Is Ironton Auditor the one that does the homeless vets guy?
No, that's Jeff Gray.
Jeff Gray. Okay. What do you think of Jeff Gray?
Personally, I'm not a fan of his. Like I
know.
understand what he's doing. I understand what he's doing, but there's some stuff
Yeah.
he's done in the past that I've covered. It's just like you are trying to provoke a response for law enforcement. Like one of the
Yeah.
things he did, and I covered it like early on my channel. He was standing on a corner holding a big sign that said "I heart coming," but he had Smith V real small on there.
Oh.
So it's like,
I-
why would you do that unless you're trying to provoke a negative response or try to get law enforcement out there? I get the point of it. I do. I understand it. You're trying to be edgy with it.
Yeah.
Long Island Audits is not a fan of mine. I am not a fan of his.
No, and that's why I highlighted that one because yeah.
I know,
NCR does not like a Long Island Audits. They don't like each other.
I don't know if he doesn't like me or not. I'll try to get him on my channel for a debate or an interview, but I personally I don't like some of this. I don't like the stuff he does.
No.
Like the whole thing with the Fahey situation, going to the house, making the claims that, well, it said it was a private driveway, but that only applies to cars. No, that applies to people too.
Yeah, he's gotten worse, and then I think I kind of like Long Island Audits at first, but then again, I started watching auditors before, and I probably figured out pretty quickly that a lot of it's BS. But
That's
but
kind
yeah,
of
he's
how
obsessed with Brian Fahey.
that's kind of how
He
I
won't
got
let it
into
go.
it. That's kind of how I
Yeah.
got into this whole thing was, I was watching the cop watching videos on, like, I would see the compilations pop up of ID fails. I'm like, at first I'm siding with them. I'm like, yeah, why are they doing this? But then, I come across Schrodinger's cat and unclean hands, and I'm seeing the whole videos. I'm like, wait a minute. That's not what they showed in that clip. So what? I start doing a deeper dive, and I'm like, well, wait a minute. Some of these are just being provoked. Some of these are, and then actually learning some of the laws, that they're citing, and it's just crazy.
Yeah. And I don't really cover auditors because I feel like there's a little bit of a doxing culture there, and
There
and
is.
sometimes I don't like. And sometimes I kind of agree with them, but mostly it's because of the doxing culture. And I know, like take KFAR for example, and maybe you too. I don't know if yours is like KFAR's, but KFAR gets a lot of shit, and I think maybe threats too. And I'm like, I don't need that crap in my life.
I haven't gotten any threats. Well, I got one from BSBT, but I shut that down real quick.
Which is
But
ironic. It's
what-
which is him. Yeah.
which
It's a fun,
I shut that down because he had Spanky Pants on there with him, and he was talking about a guy that went around and doxed Dr. Dave, and he was trying to imply that he would do it to me, getting him to do it. I'm like, just be forewarned, I will use every step, every measure of the law for me through defense and criminal cases, because a lot of people don't realize this. Doxing does now fall under the swatting laws.
Yep, it's illegal. Which is interesting too, because there are some widely popular people that dox, but they do it in a way where, let's say somebody catches something on their cell phone, and it's probably either distasteful, anywhere between distasteful and illegal, and they run away. Let's say somebody gets hurt, or somebody says something wrong, and then some of these largely popular people that do this will post it and say, tell me who this person is, right? Like Tizzy ENT is one of them. And I think what he does is considered doxing, but he's not going after innocent people. So I wonder what the line is when it comes to that kind of thing.
That is like for me, I know the ones that are prone for doxing, so I don't mess with them.
Yeah.
I know which ones will do that, and I'm not going to do anything that's going to put my family at risk. So I stay away from those guys. I'll let other people who to deal with them. There's enough of them to go around to where I can do it safely. But the only time I've ever been threatened with the doxing was BSBT, and I told him, you need to realize doxing falls under swatting, and if you're convicted of swatting, it's a federal offense. You're not going to a state pen, you're going to the federal pen. You're looking at a mandatory 5 to 10 to a possible 20-year sentence and a $100,000 mandatory fine. That's what people don't realize when it comes to stuff like the swatting laws. How
Yeah.
they've incorporated doxing into it.
Well, and it's weird too because we're watching this case, and it's not necessarily doxing, but kind of is in a way. I wouldn't use that as the definition, but I mean, but then again, it's a public official, so
and they were acting in their official capacity. It's not like he's using stuff that wasn't taken in a private setting. He's using his surveillance footage. He's using stuff that the department posted on their own social media. He's posting things that's public record. So it's one of those things it's questionable for the whole doxing thing and defamatory.
no, Afroman's the rapper. If you're not being facetious, but then again, I don't know you, HG, but welcome. Yeah, you're right. You're right. I'm starting to overthink it. Public record, plus it's in his own freaking house. So, you guys, I have closing arguments. There's one more witness. Here's the deal. All right. My wife's got to do, she gets, what day is it? Wednesday nights. So that puts me at home with the kids, and they, when it's just dad, they go a little nuts. But I'm gonna get back on YouTube tonight, and if I'm distracted, I'll just let it run. I've been checking during the trial, and I don't think the jury is back, so I think I can sneak in the rest of it before the deliberation is done. I've been checking it like every 5 minutes. Watch it. We'll stop the stream, and then they'll come back with a verdict. But I don't want there to be a verdict, so you guys can see the rest of the trial first. So I'll get back in one way or another. I'm going to play the rest of this trial. There's at least one more witness. There is Afroman's going to get back on the stand as part of the defense witness, and then they're going to go into closing. There might be a third. I have to double check. Then they're going to go into closing. I watched the closing today. I thought that, I'll let you guys decide for yourself. Oh shit! I'll probably overlap booze and body cams. I don't want to do it intentionally, but I need to get this trial out of my doc before they deliver the verdict.
Sorry about that. I had some dental work done today, and it's kind of messed up, and I had to get some that in there to help some of that pain, swelling.
Oh yeah, you're all good, man. I'm just winding us all down too. I'll hit you up before I go on tonight if you're around too, and I'll see if I can get one of my lawyer people on. Oh shit, I clicked on this, but I forgot to mention it. Lynn, thank you so much for the 5 gifted memberships. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Welcome to the new members. Stick around, hit the subscribe if you haven't been here before, especially if you're a member. We have fun here. I don't do a lot of trial. Actually, last time I did a trial, I said I wouldn't do a trial anymore, but then this came up, so it is what it is. Plus, I like Afroman. Yeah, I think the plaintiffs will win too, but there's always appellate court. All right, guys, I'll try to get it on tonight. I don't mean to overlap with anybody else. You guys go check out NCR's channel. Do you have a regular schedule? I know you do. You still do Sundays, right?
Yeah, I do Sundays at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the Craptown Florida Man Power Ranking podcast with my co-host Anthony Caruso, where we compare 10 stories from the Florida Man subreddit for the week or things that have been submitted to me through Discord to the Facebook group, the Shit Towns of Australia. And it's crazy stories that are actual real stories. Like Grammar was there on one of them, and he can vouch. Some of those stories were wild.
Yeah, it's fun, and yeah, they have a great time on there. Yeah, I think I did one right before the new year, so you
Yeah.
guys were trying to wind out the year.
Yeah, we were doing. I think it was our award show, or it might have been before the award
It
show.
was the one before that one. Yeah, it was the one before that one because you guys are telling me about the awards.
But yeah, we do that, and then I do daily uploads, and then I occasionally do my own live streams. But you'll find me most nights on Really Cool News as a cast member, where regrettably I get married off to a bunch of drunk girls.
That's
Against my
funny.
will.
Yeah. If you guys so Really Cool News is another channel you can find NCR on, and I got a feeling you might see me there a little bit
and
more too.
To answer Erica's, I just had a lot of stuff happening. I am going to bring it back. It's going to come back probably in the next few weeks. I do on Rumble a midday movie, and usually it's like a schlocky old movie, like a bad sci-fi movie or horror movie from like the 50s and 60s, or a slasher from the 80s. That's like my jam.
Yeah. Oh man, I just started thinking of Tremors for some reason. I need to watch
I've
the
done that
Tremors
one.
series.
I've done those. Those were bad movies, but I think one of the worst ones I've ever done, it's a guilty pleasure of mine. Alligator.
Oh, hey, you guys. I know most of you left already, and yeah, there's Really Cool News. Well, I got NCR here, and I know most of you guys probably followed this case more than I have. But before I close this out, I think I have a video that you guys might want to watch. Shit, also let me know who you want to raid. Why do I have like 1,000 channels just pop up on my raid list? That's freaking weird. Let me see if hold on. Let me check to see if I have it. I might have. You guys want to watch the taupe sighting in Judge Simpson's room today? Are you familiar with Donna Taupe, NCR?
No, I'm not.
Okay. The video I have is not going to explain how contemptuous she is. But this is a lawyer that is just off her freaking rocker. So to the point where she actually had a bench warrant because she was causing destruction for her own client, and just basically destroyed this case.
Was this the one that told the judge she wouldn't be showing up to court?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen that one.
Yeah. So she had a bench warrant, and she came back to court today to resolve her bench warrant. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to thank everybody now, including my guest. Yeah, I think they're still deliberating. I keep hitting the refresh every now it's like every 5 minutes. So I'm going to say goodbye to y'all now, and I appreciate mods and my guest NCR. Thank you so much for the gifted memberships, for the members, for you guys in general. I'm gonna play the Donna Taupe video. It's not too long. She showed up in Simpson's court today, and then I'll probably see y'all later tonight. Let me pull up Taupe real quick. No, there's some people that followed her basically every hearing, but I just kind of caught the tail end.
Okay, I'll be watching, but I'm gonna drop right now because I gotta get my next dose for my medication for this. So,
Yeah, right on, buddy. I appreciate it.
Not a problem, man. I'll catch you later, bro.
All right, see you, man.
See ya.
Oh, Donna, her first name's Donna, isn't it? Yep, came up for the warrant.
Court does call the case of fixing housing 401k versus Erica and Aaron Ward in regards to the bench warrant issue. This is a matter involving Donna Taupe. Ms. Taupe.
I got lucky finding this one this morning. I was like, what's going on in Simpson's court? I'm sure everybody else played it already. Well, she's not in cuffs. Still have to do laundry. Crap.
Yes.
Good.
State your name.
Donna Taupe, I'm hearing on behalf of myself.
All right, Ms. Taupe, I had issued a bench warrant for your arrest. Failure you to appear at a show cause hearing, which I know that you had notice of. You filed a motion in this case to remove and expunge the court's order for contempt. And the warrant for your arrest. That is your motion before the court today.
Yes.
Go ahead.
So,
The face says it all.
I would like to put this on the record for my own purposes and also for YouTube. The YouTube that was recorded when you issued this bench warrant has been used against me in my professional capacity and for other cases. And therefore, I would like to have this on the record.
Have what on the record?
What I'm going to tell you now in my defense.
Go ahead.
Okay. It's my motion. The following enumerated facts support my motion to remove and expunge from every record, including the YouTube video, A, your order for contempt, your warrant issued for my arrest, and your order to hold me under arrest on $10,000 cash bail. I received the judge's final docket for hearings set for Tuesday, February 3rd, 2026 at my email address on Monday, February 2nd from Ms. Weedling. I opened the email the morning of Tuesday, February 3rd, because I am a party in a completely different case before this court, and I looked for something on that case on the docket. To my surprise, the docket for 2 p.m. that very afternoon had me listed for a show cause hearing on a case for which I am neither a party nor an attorney. Not having had any notice of appearance for this hearing, I was not able to get to the court in time. So I sent Ms. Weedling the email, which I attached on my motion as Exhibit A, explaining that to the court.
Call the internet.
I receive all of my business mail at Post Office Box 1283 in Ann Arbor, Michigan, 48106. I check my mailbox weekdays after 5 p.m. On Thursday, February 5th, 2 days after the unnoticed show cause hearing on the court's February 3rd docket, I sent Ms. Weedling the email and photos provided at Exhibit B. The email describes what I received that morning, Thursday, February 5th, 2026, in my post office box, 2 days after the hearing was held. The photos included with my email to the court are of a motion affidavit in order to show cause signed by Judge Simpson, along with the postmarked envelope they were mailed in. Exhibit C is hard copies of those legal papers and the envelope. The motion at number 2, page 1 states, I am being held by the judge in contempt for filing a pleading without my client's knowledge nor being the attorney of record. At number 3 on page 1, Judge Simpson requests an order to show cause why I should not be found in civil contempt of court. Can you attach it for me? Thank you. At item 5, page 2, I am ordered to appear before the court on February
Are you
3rd
done?
at 2
Wait,
p.m.
are you
At 7
done?
on page 2 of the order to show cause, it states that a copy of this order must be served by mail on the person ordered to appear, which is me, at least 14 days before the hearing, which had been set for a hearing on the docket for February 3rd at 2 p.m. The judge's signature is dated January 20th. The envelope is postmarked January 28th. The date the post office mailed it, which is only 6 days before the hearing date of February 3rd, which is not the quote service by mail within 14 days required by the judge's signed order. I received the order at my address on February 5th, 2 days after the hearing was held, and only 8 days after it was mailed, which is 6 days shy of the required 14-day notice by mail.
I thought so, but there's been so many of these that, and again, and I'm not one of the primary people covering this, so I really don't know which direction is up when it comes to Miss Tope. But I do know there has been at least one where she said she's not going to come back, and the judge told her to appear. But I mean, this lady she's been in at least what, like 7, 8 hearings, probably more.
The facts
Or at
are
least
that I was not
referenced.
properly served nor properly noticed of the hearing at which Judge Simpson found me in contempt for not appearing. The further facts are that in finding me in contempt for not appearing, Judge Simpson issued a warrant for my arrest and demanded an excessively punitive cash bail of $10,000, or so I was told by a person who was in the courtroom when Judge Simpson put his order
Rich
for my
little.
arrest on the record. Based on what I have provided, the judge's motion and order and the mailing envelope, I am asking for the following relief from Judge Simpson. Please retract, remove, and/or expunge all records of the order for contempt.
Oh, this is. She's got some balls.
The bench warrant and cash bail issued by the judge so that there is no evidence out on the web that the judge issued the order, the warrant, and the excessively punitive bail. I include court records, transcript records, and the YouTube video of the judge's orders that another attorney alerted me to in cases that I am appearing in 3 other circuit courts, and reissue with proper notice to me the show cause
Thousands of
hearing the
YouTube
judge
videos.
wishes to impose upon me. I am perfectly happy and willing to appear at a show cause hearing if I have proper notice. I did not.
This is your proper notice. You had notice. I will stand on the record that I made that day that you had notice of that hearing and that you failed to appear.
And
my staff indicated that. You can argue with me all you want, Ms. Tope. What I will do,
But I
though,
didn't get my
because you
paper
have
notice.
part of the reason that the bond is set in the amount that it was, is because you had basically been removed from the case, this case. You had filed a pleading, you signed it. Your former client had no knowledge of it.
that is not,
Was delayed.
not correct.
You want to know what? Do not interrupt me, because then there's going to be a whole other problem. Your client stated on the record they did not have no knowledge of it. Defense counsel or plaintiff's counsel had to respond. The amount of the bond is the amount of billings that the plaintiff had incurred.
I wish that was true, legal fiction. I feel like he always has a little extra flexibility.
Based upon you filing pleadings when you weren't supposed to and the delay that you caused. It was set in that amount. What I will do is I will cancel the bench warrant. I will reset your show cause hearing. So here's your notice for April
And it's not
14th,
done.
2026, 9 a.m. Thank you.
Bye.
Have all your
Yeah.
witnesses, and if you wish to be represented by counsel, you need to have counsel present at that proceeding.
Thank you.
Are you understood? Am I understood?
Clearly.
Thank you.
Oh, King Kong Karen. Wow. She's like the HOA lady
Well, that was
that
fun.
everybody hates.
Court does call the case of the people versus Albert Wills.
She's like the HOA lady that's in everybody's garden, measuring everybody's sidewalk height. You can't get rid of. What voted you out, lady? You're not the HOA president anymore. Well, I filed a motion. You don't even live here anymore. But I used to. Oh, man. Is Rich Little the dude that plays? I don't know. I thought he was the dude from. Oh, I'll figure it out. I'll look it up. I mean, I see a picture of him. He kind of looks like the dude from. What the hell is that called? Like Silence of the he's in like what? Silence of the Lambs, maybe. Gets his face eaten. No, I'm thinking of somebody else. Oh, he's an impersonator. Impersonator. Yeah, I'm probably. All right, you guys. I know I said I'd say my goodbyes earlier. Playing the dude disguised as the other dude. No. I'm not good at impressions. I can do a few. I can do Biggin pretty well. Maybe I'll start off the next show with Biggin. I wonder if I could do Colin. I bet I could do Skeptic. Yeah, that might be fun just to do a few. I think I could do Colin. Colin be a little tough. No, I can do Biggin. I know I could do Law Talk with Mike. Yeah, maybe not. All right. I'll see you guys later. In my mind, I think I can do Biggin, but I'm probably wrong. Oh. Opera South. Bing dang ow. We too low. Oh shit, I didn't say that. Redirect. Speaking of Biggin, is he not on right now? Oh shit, where do you guys want to go? Holy fuck. We too Oh shit. Oh my god. Miss G sent me a short that made me laugh so hard I think I got sick. All right, hold on. I'm trying to do a freaking redirect, but it's like oh now it shows as Biggin. All right. Oh, something Wong. Greatest. We should talk about that one. You should join me up here too, Legal. We should talk about that specific prank in that video. It's amazing.
Welcome to grammar school. We correct your life, not your words. Karen screaming at the sidewalk, drunks doing zigzags on the curb. Never bring a date to a roadside debate. Roadside debate. Not cool to drive straight through a parade. No sex, no smoke on that card zoom fool. Card zoom fool. Jesus fell, bounced back, now he's watching you. Watching you. Grady Judd coming up to Florida, man. Tinder date sees it all. Grammar school, we put you back.
And it's hot.
Choices on the big screen. Took it.